Crypto Pirates. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate. I'm Captain RG3, and these are my fake guns. Pew, 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 pew. Censored guns. Censored guns.
Hey, and this is Dollar Cost Crypto coming with you live at Sunday Night Slow Jams.
So hold on a second. The camera didn't work, so it's obvious I gotta put some. Hold on, let me blow some more lighting onto this situation. Hold on.
Yo, what's up? Give me a segundo. I'm gonna pull up the hex price. Let's see what's going on in Hexland. Oh, we up 12%. I think we were up 25% earlier and stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. Hope you guys caught that 30.
How's that a little better?
It's at 37% of a penny right now. I think yesterday it was at 30 flat. So it's up a good chunk today. Nice.
Can you put on another song? Tripod said. Do you not like that song, or do you want another song like it? Is that what you're telling me? Let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. Comments. So, hey, everyone out there, Hexicans, how you doing? Thank you for all the lemons and the ice creams already. Dropping them. Look at Hector the Protector celebrating a 1 month streak. 1 month streak. A 5 month sub streak. And Tripod, it was hard on the ears. Yeah, Tripod, we try and get everything a little fired up here on the Discourse Syndicate. It's a rock and roll deal. That's what it's all about here, with me anyway. I know it's boomerish, but it is what it is. So can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Sound all right?
Sounds pretty good.
The only thing, the monitor, I think it's the monitor, is I don't have a lot of monitor in my ear. Gotta figure out a way to turn this up. But anyway, at least I can hear it.
Oh, I guess they're asking you to turn it up a tiny bit for your mic
up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I got problems here because it's a new mic, guys.
Right.
It sound better if I'm on this side versus over here.
Oh, it's way louder on that side.
Right here, it's louder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the camera is freaking not working. So I still got the other camera, but it's at a different angle pointing from the top here. You're looking shorter than usual today, RG3. Eat a dick.
Who said that?
I don't know. Just shadowy hex brilliance.
Oh,
no, I've got the new camera working. I can see the monitor and everything, but it's not pushing to the computer for some reason. Hexo even told me to get the damn camera hook up to the computer thingy. That he doesn't know what it does, but it's supposed to do it. But it's not working yet. So
Firebun says you need to point that mic at your mouth.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta go in the back of this thing and change the directionals or whatever. So it's that, and it's I don't have the mic turned up right. Something's wrong. How about that there? That doesn't help. That ain't gonna do it. Let's see.
This show is real Japanese, man. We're slowly doing small, tiny improvements over a long period of time.
Is that any better? That ain't no better. It ain't fucking doing it.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Does it? But it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I can hear. I put too much noise in it. I got the gain turned up pretty high. There, that's probably better, right? There we go.
Yeah.
Does it sound shitty though? Is it louder?
It's way louder.
Oh, it's way louder? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that works. Hey, RG3 Crypto Sparbuck. Stream is on. Also, you want to combine streaming power. No, I didn't know that they were on right now. Yeah, no, guys, I don't.
Is that the German stream?
Yep, that's the German stream.
Yep. I think they had our boy Kareem on there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, man. Kareem energy, power.
power to Kareem. Yeah.
Don't you dare do a stake under 10 years, you knave.
Okay, so they like the sounds good now. Cool. Should be just a switch in the back of the mic to pick up sound from the front of the mic or around the mic. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of switches back here, but it's not switches. It's like you got to go and
Oh,
You got to do something with it. I don't know. I just took it. I literally just took it out of the box and threw it up here. So
gotcha.
I thought I'd have it like easy because I had everything else set up and all I had to do was plug it in. But obviously, there's some settings and stuff that I got to screw with.
Right.
And then the camera is not working. Plugged in, it's operating, it's all dialed, but it's not working. I guess there may be a setting where it's got to be on monitor or something like that to get it to push. So what's going on, man? I got to see it. See if I get to it.
Just getting my notes together and getting ready to teach a shit ton of people. That's pretty much my life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we got way more people than we thought, man. Holy shit. It's going to be a lot. Yeah,
Good,
thank you.
Good. Some education there. Give these Hexicans a crypto education.
Yes, sir.
Maybe keep them from going out there and getting themselves wrecked.
Yeah, I mean that's the plan, man. Just I mean everything's just mentality, man. It's just sort of, and then just following some basic rules. You know, the one thing Richard really taught us all was like how shitty shorting is, how stupid it is.
Yeah, and it's not even a good strategy when you win. You know what I mean?
Right.
You barely win. The best thing to do is to hunt down good products like we all did, and get in them and stake them long,
right,
or hold them long. You know,
isn't it crazy to think that it's like right now we're investing in something like, imagine investing in Bitcoin in 2009 and 10 and 11 and staking it out for 10 years. How crazy that is. Like how many people wish they could even do that? Like Hex hasn't even had like a Mount Gox situation or anything.
It hasn't had anything.
No.
I mean, there's been nothing that's made it hiccup at all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Internet Lurker, I still can't believe that tweet. What tweet are we talking about?
What tweet?
Don't talk about it, man. And some of y'all, EES, I need some more interest.
Cookie boys. He's trying to give himself another gold chain. I like the blink, Cookie boy.
So what happened on the Twitters, guys? Did something happen on the Twitters?
I think there was a troll or something in there with like 20 followers. I don't know.
A troll with 20 followers.
That couldn't be what they're talking about. I mean, I didn't see any drama.
No.
Damn, people live on drama, dude. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, somebody popped the Twitter. Let's see what the twit looks like. Oh, thanks for the diamond there, Hex Monkey. Let's see. The Twitter is right here. Oh, I don't need that tab open. It says, TX. Is that it right there?
Homeowners have to flee their home because of thieves can only carry weapons for self-protection and need... What?
If violence breaks out, the homeowner's responsibility to make sure no one gets there. Oh, I don't know if that's what they were trying to say.
That does sound pretty stupid. It sounds like they're like getting rid of like stand your ground laws. So if someone tries to break in your house, you just run away. No, he's getting fucking solid slugs. That's what's happening.
That's just not even a real tweet. I don't understand.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. So, see, when I get too loud now, it starts. I could hear it cracking out because of the gain, how high the gain is. And,
Gotcha.
But I'll get it working. I should have waited, but I got impatient. I even stole my son's headset because my headset doesn't work in there. Won't fit. I got the 3 mil or whatever.
1 lemon a day can keep RG3 operating correctly. I'll make a whole commercial about lemons, donating lemons. With the sad music with the woman singing.
Hey, well, welcome Crypto YouTube and Crypto Dlive. Hey, YouTube, let me know if so. I'm not supposed to brandish guns because they gave us our warning and shut us down and took our stream off or whatever. So my question is, can you have prop guns? I mean, really? Is it like that? It's gotten that bad to where you can't even have that?
Pop guns. I remember back in the day, people were getting mad at water guns. I'm serious.
I mean,
Stupid.
look. I mean, I'm all for sensible gun ownership and rules and managing them and doing the right things with them. I am for all that, but it just starts getting ridiculous. I
Rammy,
mean,
god damn it, bro.
Rammy, if you could
Motherfucker.
only save one, who Hexo or TCZ? Well, at least I'm not in that one.
I don't know about you, man. I could sing. I mean, I could sing my way. I could tap dance. I can Mickey Mouse my
If
way
you
out of it.
if you subscribe, we'll send you a photo of RG. You'll be sponsor of the RG. You'll be sponsoring.
Different pictures of RG.
In the eyes of an angel. You know, what is that? What is that? That song that they sing on that stupid freaking dog commercial or whatever.
Oh my god.
Or maybe they should cover me in flies and let me eat porridge or something. And
You know what? You know that you know what makes me mad about half of those donation things on TV is that only like 10 or 15 cents of that money gets to the dogs or gets to the kids and shit. It's like most of those things are a scam, or like they are trying to help people, but they end up having like a bunch of administration kind of, you know, a lot of them are administration, and like a lot of these people end up using it as kind of like a piggy bank in order to pay their friends and themselves, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, not all of them, but some of them, like, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always donate to
I know
Stanford
what's wrong.
like, Children's Hospital.
It's
They're good peeps.
wait, he said. Papa Boner just said it's wrong. Is it wrong on YouTube to brandish the under? Oh, foul boner, Papa Boner. Really, you almost made me say it. You almost made me say it. That's not good. Let's see. In the arms of an angel. Yeah, in the arms of an angel. Cookie
In the
boys.
arms of an angel, man. Damn.
So what's going on out there in Hex world and crypto world? Fill me in, because I'm out of the loop right now. I am like in the middle of writing this big ass freaking. I'm doing TPS reports. That's what RG3 is doing, is fucking TPS reports, guys. Come on, Hex, freaking moon, so that I don't have to do TPS reports anymore. It's,
right.
You know.
Well, I think we may have bottomed out in terms of Hex already. Like I think 30% of a penny. I think that was the bottom.
Well, it's been what is it?
Yeah.
37.
37. Yeah, I think RH said that I'm not sure if it was a Genesis whale or that other whale that jumped in was actually actively trying to keep the price above that zone. It looked like on the chart and stuff when he drew some figures on it, when he drew some magical lines.
The magic lines.
Magic lines. Yes.
Oh, RH tweeted something. Someone said, RH, didn't he stream yesterday?
6 fucking hours. I kept listening.
6 hours.
I couldn't listen to all of it. Like I just couldn't. I was like, oh cool. You know, usually streams for like maybe 2, 3 or 3 hours, and I was like 6 motherfucking hours.
Now, see, I saw that, but I didn't know that it was this stream. Wow, that's good. Some cool shit then. So I got to get on there and on my drive.
Yeah, he had some pretty interesting stuff to say. Just kind of saying that some ecosystem stuff is pretty good. Like having, you know, like some maximalism is good for a community.
Yeah,
it keeps it together.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're doing, right? I mean, that's what a community is. I mean, we're not just a crypto community; we're a hex community, and that's what we are. We're a little maximal-ish on hex. Period. End of story. I mean, that's what the stream's about. That's what we're about, and that's what the community's about.
So supposedly there's some dumper or something like. I think he's dumping like 7 million hex a day or something.
Really?
Yeah, he's got like 200 million in liquid hex or something that he's like dumping slowly.
Wow.
Well,
but price action isn't moving.
Right. Well, people are just buying it up. You know, the price is holding up. You know.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting. So now we have a how can we say a generous whale again? I mean, that's
giving away his position. I mean, I think I was talking to Motley last night, and I had done the math. I think it was like 4,500 hex. If you stake that much hex for 10 years, you get one share. So it's like 4,500 hex to get one share if you stake it for 10 years. So it's not that expensive to get some T-shares. Just so, like, if you guys don't have enough T-shares out there, it's like doesn't take a lot of hex just to throw some T-shares out there. Maybe some monthly stakes with one share. That's not bad, man. Because
Well, what do you mean one share? What are you talking about? One share?
yeah, so you know how it costs like 16,000 and some change to get one share.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you let's just say you're trying to get
the 10-year stake ends up making it 4,000.
4,000 exactly.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's like I'm just trying to figure out ways for people to just extrapolate out, like saying it's like, oh, it's not as much hex as people think it is to get that one share, especially if you're just trying to like throw something out there.
But again, we're talking about magic numbers. We're talking about fluctuation numbers, and we're talking about numbers that are just modeled.
Right.
I mean, all of them are, which is what everybody's been commenting in the Twitter and CT about, these models that we talk about. We talk about 80x and 250x, and those are all models. And things have happened already that the models weren't even planning on, which were, the low staking percentage, the high value of hex itself. So there's a lot of different things that affect those models. So they're changing. I don't know if they're changing for the worse or the better. I mean, the time is going to tell.
Right.
So we don't really know yet. But
even in the short term, I can't see like the APY going below 28%. Because right now I think we're like at 40 or 39 right now.
Unless we get some kind of crazy adoption, right? I mean,
right. What's a steady? I mean, just steady. Well, like if you look at how much stakes are coming out with, like the big months right now are this one, January and February, and then March kind of goes way down, and then by April there's fucking nothing in terms of stakes getting out.
Yeah.
So we start hitting a point kind of towards the beginning of second quarter where like Hex doesn't have much supply coming out, so it gets real bubbly. I think around that time. So I was saying this for a while. We can get past the boring period, man. Oh boy.
Hey, you know what? Fuck, dude. We're talking about 15 years. I mean, there's gonna be some boring. There's gonna be some big boring. There's gonna be lots of boring. There's gonna be a lot of people disappear from this community. Who knows? Who knows? Might not be around in the next year or two. Because I mean, dude, it's like this has been a lot of work for a year to get in here and do the stream 3 times a week. No, that's 9-10 hours a week. On top of everything else I do, kids, and I mean we've put, and then you go out in the crypto world and sled around out there, and I mean you're a crypto tramp, buddy. You spend a lot of time out there in crypto on top of your own business, and then trying to keep a girl.
Yeah, it's I do magic, bro.
You do magic.
I do magic, man. These hands, man. These hips.
These hips. Oh, listen to that. Let's see. I took your. Let's go.
Pop-up one.
Sultry sounds to enchant. Oh, hey. So then the microphone is sounding better then. All right. Cool. I like that.
Hey, shout out to Pop-up owner, man. Thank you so much. Fuck yeah, man. Papa Boner said he took my ladder advice and he got himself.
Yeah, I was getting
monthly. That's pretty good.
Yeah. See, Harry said $5 million in Uniswap can move the price 9x, and he personally knows people with that much money. Of course, there's a lot of people. That's chump change. $5 million isn't anything to people in this space, and to people outside of it, they're looking to get in. That's $5 million's nothing. Nothing. There's bigger whales than that.
That's why I always watch. That's why I always watch the macro stuff that's going on with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Even if you don't like Bitcoin, let's just say you just don't pay attention to Bitcoin. Just pay attention to Ethereum because we're in that ecosystem. The more Ethereum goes up, the more money is just floating around looking for yield, and they start, hey, you know what? Fuck it, why not? I'll throw some of my shekels in this, and boom, we launch. That's all it takes. All it takes is one whale, man, or one person to be like, "You're damn this
Well, it
community."
doesn't take much at all.
Yeah.
5 million 9x. Come on. Come on. Come on. Put it in there and stake that bitch for 10 years. Just fucking make it just solid. Oh, shit. Hey, man, that price is sitting low right now. If that can happen very easily. See, I took your latter advice and nailed 2 trillion monthly from years 10 through 15. It's always a good time to do it. Yes, it is. I agree. At least 8 or 9 bear markets. Yeah, at least 8 or 9 bear markets in the next 15 years, right? Yeah. At least. So, and we're talking, we can go into a year, 2 or 3 of a bear market. I mean, then where are we going to be sitting? Where are Hexkins going to be sitting at that point? On their fucking hands. That's where they're going to be sitting. Let's see. Who was the guy you were going back and forth with on Twitter, Franklin? I saw some of the tweet was deleted. So there was some little drama on, let's see, Hexicans. What a tramp. DC the GOAT. Where are we at? I'm trying to go through the chat tonight. Let's see. DC stink. I'm hoping that it'll be chump change someday. Yeah. Let's go. More moon math. Still FOMOing from the Monday night stream. Yeah, man. Monday night was good. You guys did a great job.
I shit you not. Probably in 22, people will be like, dude, fuck, man. I just staked 1 T-share at 5 years. Damn, bro. Nice, man. Holy fuck. Damn, bro. Yeah, I just did 100 billion the other day. My heart.
My hand's getting strong as fuck. Been pumping those Captains of Crush 100 pounders.
Oh, you got Captains of Crunch. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple of those laying around too. Those are good.
Let's see. So, what was I gonna? Damn it! I just lost my train of thought. I hate that. I have something to talk about too. Got stuff to talk about,
man. Captain, you sound so relaxed, man. You sound like
this might not be good. This might sound too relaxing. My own voice is settling me down.
Right. You sound like, hey, Sunday night slow jam.
It's like pirate
shit and energy. The thunder and lightning, motherfucker.
It's like pirate butter right here. But I know it starts cracking if I start yelling. But anyway, ASMR. Yeah, I'm giving you guys the ASMR. Well, if I talk too loud, then it cracks. So I gotta get this thing set right to keep the volume levels up. And wait a second. Here we go. How's that? Is that any better? Is that sounding better?
Sounds a little better, yeah.
Sounding better to me. Oh yeah, real better.
There we go.
I gotta start messing with these. So that's some high quality shit. Yeah, man. This is the same mic that Hexo got. And he told me all the shit to buy. He said you got to buy this red box that does the mic shit, and then this blue box that makes mic go louder shit. And then, but he doesn't know what they are, and I don't know what they are either. But I plugged them in, and son of a bitch, it worked. It worked. So here we are. So somehow, some way, I got to dial it all in. Still can't get the camera working, but
there we go.
There we go.
You're facing. There we go. Let me go this way.
Now I can hardly hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me fuck around with my mic.
There you go.
How's it sound?
That's better. That's
better.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. But anyway, darn man, I had something I wanted to talk about. Because you and I talked earlier, there was a guy on Twitter that was like, I kicked him out of I blocked him on YouTube because he kept posting ridiculous crap and I'm just not, people are like, hey, put him on the show or get him on the show. I'm all for getting everybody on the show. Anybody, even people that want to sling hate,
Right.
But if you're going to sling hate, like bring it. bring good questions, bring good FUD. Bring real FUD, something that we could sink our teeth into. I don't want this stupid ass bullshit. Richard called himself a scammer. I mean, really, we're gonna resort to taking shit out of context and try and FUD people with it. Really, I mean, that's like third grade fucking FUD, dude. That's like that's preschool FUD. That's nothing. You got nothing. You got no fucking strength, man. You're weak. That's a weak ass fucking dead, stupid, ridiculous. You don't even know how dumb you look in this community by coming in here like that. You're not even like McCormick level dumb. That's like so fucking old and crusty and dumb. It's just ridiculous. So I don't even want to give that any kind of time. It's not worth it. It's too easy. It's too easy.
The minute I checked his profile, it just killed me, dude. He had Che Guevara, which is already a red flag, and then he had the Constitution as well, which was like, what? And with Che Guevara, and then Fri, like 20 Twitter followers. I was like, all right.
Let's see. The finest FUD, please. FUD standards. Yeah. Hashtag FUD standards.
Maybe.
No context RG3. No, it should be. I think we should make a context RG3, right? Context RG3. What a guy actually says stuff that fucking right and means something. I don't know. FUD pendejo. Yep, you got that right. Identity block.
La gente latina no le gusta este FUD.
He's saying y'all need to talk shit better. Savage. Let's talk about Heart Scale and Chronos Fund. What's this Chronos Fund?
I thought it was a 3 Arrows fund. They got into a Hex.
Oh, is that what? Something 3 Arrows?
Yeah,
well, that's Chronos probably. Chronos is the Trident is the. Is that what you're thinking? Maybe the Trident.
Maybe I'm thinking the Trident. Yeah, because 3 Arrows.
3 Arrows.
Is another hedge fund that's also investing around.
To have a FUD Dummy of the Day segment on the show. Yeah, I mean, we kind of have a FUD Dummy of the Day on the show all the time. I mean, nobody has come and brought anything real. Just, your feet smell, That's the kind of shit that comes. I mean, that's probably would work better than the shit that you guys are bringing. I mean, it's
right. I would just like to know their portfolio. Like, you come here and talk shit about Hex. Let me hear what you got in your fucking portfolio so I can rip it to shreds.
Like, wait, three Arrows is the fund STA that found.
Yeah, it's a Chinese. I guess Singapore hedge fund, I should say.
Oh,
started in 2014.
Yeah, I really don't. Guys, I really don't fucking look at crypto anymore. I don't care. I don't look at it. I'm to be honest, I'm done with crypto. I'm done. I mean, I've got what I need, and I'll move around in the space and play around with it. But I'm all staked out, and I'm good. I didn't need the shit before Hex came. I was done with it then because it was all a bunch of crazy bullshit as far as I was concerned. And I got my Hex, and now I'm sitting good. Now, if anything good comes around, then I'll be good to go. I just don't have the energy or the time to get out there because you really got to know the space in order to go play around in it. Period. End of story. If you're not like a DC crypto here, or Wasabi, or any of those guys that are out there, knowing what they're doing. I mean, it's just not either you spend the time and the effort and the money to get your lumps, or the money to get educated, like what DC's doing, and you go out there and play that way and do it smart, or you just stay out of it, And with Hex, you got that option. That's cool, man. You can take some of your gains and go out there and play around if you want, or you can just sit back and chill and not have to worry about what's going on out there. But if you like crypto, then make sure you know what you're doing. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
3 Arrows Capital has bought Hex. Chronos Fund is Conrad's fund trying to get Hex on.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I hope that's right. Conrad has a fund, and he's trying to get Hex on that fund, which is Kronos.
Got you.
And Three Arrows Capital bought Hex. Okay.
Yeah. They also own like 7 or 6% of all the Grayscale Bitcoin as well.
Who's that? What fund? The Three Arrows?
Three. I just think it's like Singapore hedge fund bought some Hex and also owns a lot of Bitcoin through Grayscale as well.
Oh, so their fund is handled by Grayscale.
No.
Their assets.
They just have some of their assets on Grayscale, but they have a lot of cash because, yeah, if they own 6% of how much Bitcoin Grayscale has, they have a lot of fucking money. So they got
Doesn't Grayscale have like 3% of? Is that what it is?
I think it's like 2 or 3% of the total Bitcoins are owned by Grayscale. Yeah, so they own a
monsters.
Celsius I think they have $9 billion in under management in assets, and Celsius has the second most, which is like $3.3 billion. Yeah.
Wow.
Call that motherfucker too.
I just when I hear stuff like that and how important 1, 2, 3% is, I just feel so good being a Hex holder and how much that us early adopters get to hold. I mean, you're actually like a player. You're a player.
Yeah.
You know, if you're straight up squid dolphin, you're playing, man. You're playing. You're swimming in the big pool. That's the deep end right there, guys. The deep end.
Greek Hexagon, that's a lot of T-shares, bro. Fuck yeah, man. 1,300 T-shares.
What?
That's a good
10%. Grayscale is edging 10%. I just got a text. No, I thought it was 3. Let me see. Can anybody verify that for me?
No way.
That's coming from a credible source. This is my IT guy sending me this. So it's credible. It's credible. But
so 10% would mean they would even if you don't count the total, like let's just say minus 300, so that'd be what, like fucking 1.5 million BTC, because like there's 15 million circulating, 3 million lost, and then there's still another 3 million left to be mined. So it's like, nah, I don't think so. I'll double check. That shit just took my breath away. No, hell no.
I'm driving. I'll bring the guns when I get home. Okay, so he must have the information. Well, yeah, man. 10% is sick. That's a sick amount. That doesn't make.
I mean, sense. They could end up eventually getting that much if they keep buying and buying and buying. Sure. I know their goals, at least for Ethereum and Ethereum and Litecoin, is that they're trying to get 5%. They own like 2.25% of Litecoin.
500,000 BTC. That's what they're saying. They have roughly 500,000 BTC.
That would be
holy moly,
3.something%, 3.3% of Bitcoin. Yeah. 10% would be a lot, bro. That'd be like 1.5 million.
10% is like fuck. Man. That's bigger than Satoshi's bags.
Fuck yeah. I mean, that's what's pumping. That's what's slow. I mean, all these players, all these companies are starting to slowly. They're getting in, and they're telling you guys too. You know, like fucking Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, what he's doing right now is he's trying to gather debt right now through using senior bonds, which is basically like I want to borrow on my company, and what they're doing is they're borrowing $400 million in order to buy $400 million of Bitcoin more. So he's basically trying to have a full $1 billion of Bitcoin. Just himself. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, when are people going to get mad that Grayscale owns most of the supply? Probably not ever. That's, I mean, Bitcoin is always going to be the cherished child of crypto. It's just, that's the way it's going to be. It's going to end up in its place. I don't think that it'll keep number one once everybody realizes that there are other coins and other things out there that are better than Bitcoin. I mean, fucking Ethereum blows Bitcoin out of the water just because of its usefulness and because it owns fucking all the coins and all the crypto are freaking built on it. It's just, it's phenomenal. It's so underrated. Ethereum is so underrated. I mean, we all know Hex has got the bad fucking, the bad rap here on everything. So that goes without saying. But Ethereum, man, that's like, it should be fucking blowing the doors off of Bitcoin.
Right. Isn't it kind of funny too that let's just not even talk about Hex. Let's just talk about the Bitcoiners right here. The Bitcoiners are all about, have your own, control. Fuck, I can't even think today. Fucking shit.
Yeah, controlling your keys, controlling the banking system, all that stuff.
And they're begging people to buy. They're begging institutions to buy Bitcoin. What the fuck are we doing?
Well, now we know why though. We know where we're at now because they want their bags pumped. They want their bags pumped. That's just pathetic, man. It's pathetic. I mean, come on, we do it too though. I mean, we're sitting here going, man, we just get some fucking whales in here and let's pump the price. I mean, we're all saying the same thing because all that matters, not the only thing that matters is price. That's it. Price is all that matters.
Yeah, man, these are my Bitcoins, man. We'll never sell out to the man. But I hope Grayscale buys my bags, man. You want to know something that I fucking forgot. I heard about this like a while back. So I just recently remembered this. So Jeb McCaleb is right?
No.
So Jeb McCaleb's the guy who made Ripple and made XRP.
Okay.
Right, and he is the guy who owned.
Now he's the. Okay. Now I know who he is.
Yeah, he owned Mt. Gox, right? And when he sold it, right before he went to shit, he sold Mt. Gox to somebody with 80,000 Bitcoin missing. When he sold Mt. Gox to somebody, and magically, I think that was a starter capital for he's stolen Bitcoin. Hey, that's maybe, I don't know, but that's fucking pretty trippy. I forgot about all that shit. I'm like, wow, holy fuck.
Oh man,
this fucking stealing fucking shit runs deep, bro. If you really start looking into the history of how a lot of these fuckers got their money, bro. Then Jeb made XLM. Yes, he did. Right? Yeah.
Here's a diamond because you guys fucking rock. Thanks, SuperHex.win. Appreciate that diamond, buddy.
Jeb stays dumping on people's heads, bro. Like really, like first he gets the Bitcoin from fucking Mt. Gox, starts dumping it, then makes XRP, then he starts dumping his XRP on people's heads, then he leaves XRP, then makes XLM, and then from there he gets a shit ton of XRP which then he dumps on the XRP guys. Fuck, bro.
Fuckery, dude. It's just fuckery. I mean, a snake is a snake, right?
Yeah.
You should learn from that. Everybody should learn from that. This freaking camera is like cutting the top of my head off. And
I almost lost a shitload in Mt. Gox days. Fuck, dude. Yeah, I know. You guys, maybe we shouldn't go with hex scale, right? It's sort of the whole thing when we were calling ourselves Bitcoin Hex. Remember that bullet? Fuck that, man. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't. I don't like all that crap. I mean,
like scale, what the fuck that grayscale? That's a fucking disease in fucking Game of Thrones. Grayscale.
Grayscale.
Yeah, it's like a horrible like leprosy disease and shit that turns you into
Was that what they called it though?
Yeah,
I didn't know they called it grayscale.
Yeah,
they called it grayscale.
Yeah, even if you watch the TV show, it's literally.
And we got hold on doing what you call it for us, doing cameos. Didn't you see that?
Yeah.
Hold on did a cameo
Maddie.
for us. Yeah, with Maddie.
Fucking beautiful, man. He's always doing cool shit like that, man. So shout out to Motley too. Motley spends a lot of money as well. I think he spends like $1,000 a fucking month donating to other people's YouTube channels for them to say Hex. Yo, what do you think about Hex and stuff? He like Ben Mala and a bunch of these other channels. It's pretty cool, man.
Right on, Motley. Put $1,000 over here, bud. Let's see. Heart Fund. That's good. I like Heart Fund. Heart Fund sounds good. Or Heart Capital. Yeah, Heart Capital. Here we go again using
scale.
using the bank's words.
Right.
Come up with our own shit.
So it's Heart Scale, CD something. Maybe we should do like CD Heart. CD Heart Fund.
Gray Scab.
That's so terrible. Gray Scab.
He
We're
means
we're
Hodor,
the
I
premier
think. Yeah,
shorting.
Hodor. Yeah, Hodor. Hold on, Hodor. Yeah, Hodor. Yeah, got it. Yeah, I did a T Hex. I got a new mic.
Yeah.
Heart Captain makes sense because of the
Sounds
life
like
extension tech. Yeah. I definitely need
yeah.
the life extension shit.
Heart Capital
Heart
makes sense
Capital.
because like yeah, that doesn't. Hopefully, it's not taken because I know I wouldn't be surprised some doctor made that fun by now. You know,
Yeah.
Heart
Well,
Cap. Yeah.
well, I want to see what he comes up with. That's going to be cool.
Grim Reaper Fund.
I mean, it would be very very easy now that Hex has been established for a year.
Right.
Imagine the funds that can get involved now, the amount they can get involved now by sitting down with
Right.
marketing teams and figuring out how they're going to do it. I mean,
Yeah, I think the name doesn't really matter that much as long as it's nothing really stupid. Because like the like some of the biggest funds in the world is little like one of the biggest funds in the world that people always Goldman Sachs alumni always try to go to is Tiger Capital. A lot of thought in that
Excel.
name. A lot of name. Tiger Capital, Jaguar Capital, Jaguar Capital. I mean, come on, like Panther Capital. I mean, Lynx Capital. I mean, what are you talking about? Shit. Let's make MILF Capital, you guys. Come on.
BBY Nash, Baby Nash, Hexel or Hexel. I like that. I like
Ooh.
Hexel. I like Hexel.
Quattro Cinco Fund. That's a
Quattro Cinco.
That sounds Quattro Cinco Fund.
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Quattro Cinco Fund.
Quattro Cinco.
Get your Quattro Cinco on. Yep, I like that. Chinchilla Capital. Wife extension.
How many squirrels have to die for you to look fly? 14 Pulse Capital. RG's also fixing hex.com.
And hold on a second. I didn't put the invite in the my Telegram's down. That's why. I'll bet you I got some messages.
Diamond.
Let's see.
We can call ourselves Quartz Capital, or I don't know.
It's going to be definitely interesting to see how that turns out. Man, the freaking
Pirate Booty Capital.
Pirate Booty Capital. Yeah, that works.
That sounds like a sick ass label. Pirate Booty on the beat.
Pirate Booty.
Pirate Booty on the beat.
Let's see here. I'm going to put this in the. Where is?
Oh my God, Hector the Protector. Cuck Capital. Fuck.
Hey,
yeah,
this
you guys.
is.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
This is a pirate show, not porn.
T-shirt Capital. T-shirt Capital. Hey, that's not terrible, man. Yeah, T-shirt Capital. Usually, you want to go with words with if you're like you can go like. Well, what's a good?
I like Hexel Fund. I like that Hexel. Hexel Fund. Hexel or Hexel. Hexel Fund. It sounds real. Because, like I said, we got to start making things real. That's the way it's going to happen. Yeah. Come on, Twelegram. Why is Twelegram doing that? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, Telegram. Why are you doing that to me?
A million shares.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Keck Capital. Keck Capital would be, or Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan Capital would be cool.
See, boom. All right, guys. I forgot to put the link in there. There it is.
Yeah.
Oops. Pop Tarts. Funding Jim. Somebody put a picture, or it's a thumbnail. It's a thumbnail of Bran all ripped up and shredded. Have you seen that?
Yeah, every time I see him, that's how he looks.
No. This is like freaking Doc. This isn't Bran. This isn't Bran.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's got the guns and everything. I'm just trying to give him a compliment. Thanks, RG.
No.
Five or.
Ooh, no, Papa Boner. Stop. Foul.
Where are you seeing these comments? I'm like, I've not seen them, dude. Where?
You don't see Papa Boner's.
No. Oh, bigger. Oh, yeah. gas station pill.
Gas station. Well, yeah, whatever the name is going to be. I mean, what matters is the marketing of it and
dude, cucked capital and then owning 10% in fucking what's that fucking site everyone's fucking using right now? Oh my god, I'm blanking. Fuck, whatever the fuck it is, where all those people spend all their money on the girls and shit. What it was called? Yeah.
Foul, backwarded. Foul. That's foul. Let's see. If I made like an Elmo puppet hex trading course, would that be taken down for copyright or whatever? What? Amp only fan. Who's Johnny No Good? Oh,
yeah. Under capital.
Under capital. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that is good. That is good. Upright. Okay, up and to the right. Okay,
up and to the right. Fun. Yo, that's actually sick. You guys are coming up with good names, man.
Hey, here's a good one. Hexico Trust.
Oh,
okay. Hexico Trust. Heart Arrow Capital.
OnlyFans. That's the site.
Simp Capital.
Yeah.
Right, I like
Capital owns 10% of OnlyFans. It's something we bought very early on in our investment portfolio.
Just like Verge, the Verge Pornhub merger.
Oh, that shit. Yeah. And then wasn't like Porn Coin or some shit as well.
I don't know, but it was just to see if they can get people to FOMO in. That's all.
Bend over scale.
Bend over. Okay.
Dollar cost capital.
Staker Capital.
Mm-hmm.
Staker Capital.
Mm-hmm. StakeYourCapital.com.
Hodl Management. Bleed 'em, and drain.
Why has no one made pump and dump capital? I'm surprised no one's been that blatant.
No. Staker Capital sounds good.
I think Cupid Capital is actually real. I think I've heard of one of those before. That's a real fund. Lester Hyman.
Oh boy.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Rug Push Trust. Ooh, Rug Push Trust. Okay. Now we're thinking.
Make your shares.
Squid Gang Capital. Full State Capital.
Squid Gang Capital.
I like Rug Push Trust too. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Rug Push Trust.
Dude, Tinkering Turtle Trust. Yo. Tinkering Turtle Trust. Yo, bruh, that sounds nice.
Milkshake Capital.
That one's real too. That one's actually real.
Already taken.
Yeah, that's how I've seen Milkshake. Yeah. Ever since there was like There Will Be Blood, someone already made that fund already.
Nice. All right. So what are we gonna start talking about tonight? We're running out of material tonight, man. It's like
I was having fun reading these cap. I mean, everyone's just coming up with fucking names.
I know. I wish that we can speak deeper about it, but I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen. Did Richard say anything about it on stream?
I've only gotten about 2.5 hours, 3 hours into it.
So you got to dig through 6 hours of fucking stream.
Right.
Oh man, now I know how everybody else feels who listens to this show because Bunga Bank Fund.
The last show we did on Monday, man, we outside of like the course showing and stuff, we spent a lot of like hex knowledge, man, and there was a lot of good stuff in there. There was a lot of good stuff in there.
I got a lot of compliments. A lot of people were sending DMs and sending compliments about it, and it was who really, you know what? Who's missing here? Is Ross missing from the chat tonight? Ross,
I saw him way earlier. I did see him.
Sent me a message. He sent me a real nice message. It's that was cool.
You know what I really want? I'll keep saying this. I'll say this every time I'm on Discourse Syndicate. I would love to have. We need to here. Let me see if I can go on GoHex.com.
Don't say who I think you're gonna say.
What?
You said you want to have somebody on.
Oh no, I wanted to change something on the gohex.com or gohex.win website. So where you stake your hex, right? I kind of want to change some of the vernacular around like the share price and stuff, make it more simpler for people to know what they're talking about, you know. So I thought it'd be really cool if it shows like the minimum of hex you need to do to get one share for a 5 or a 10 or something, just so it doesn't, like, the numbers don't get so scary, because after a while it's going to take a lot of hex to get that t-shirt, and then also in that tab you can also kind of change whether to like trillions, billions, and millions. I don't think it would take that long in order to do that, but it'd be just kind of cool to have that optionality there, so people like know that they're playing around with millions or billions. They can just go down to the next tab and they'll tell you like how many you need to get.
Did you just say optionality?
Yeah, optionality. Yeah, sure. What's wrong with that? Like, man, people got different size bags out here, man. I don't know why you bag shaming, RG. Like, Captain over here bags just because he got all the pirate booty. He gives away all the lemons and stuff and everything like that. Like, let me tell you something about Captain RG to tell you how much giving this man is. He gives away so much lemons he can't get himself headphones. That's how much he loves you. He's no Scrooge McDuck. He gives lemons away. As soon as the lemon comes in his hand, and out it goes out the door, back to the community. Shoes at Raw. What?
FOMO Corp. Somebody said a good one. I just saw a good one. Bring Johnny. I'm sure.
What the fuck is all
Let's
this?
talk about the massive internet geek hexagon. Greek hexagon makes with those T-shares. Wait, FOMO fund. That's good. Let's see.
If a T-share and share rate and share price, we all don't have the word share in them, might be easier
to grok.
Yeah, it's just
Hexo gives away only. Hexo gives away only seeds and zest of lemon peel. Boo. Let's talk about how we get hexagons better skills to help pump our bags. Photoshop, VFX. Yeah, you know what, Franklin, you're right. That we should do shill courses. We should have shill courses, like teaching people how to go out there and utilize Reddit or utilize Twitter. Some lessons on how to do things. I mean, I sure would like it because I don't know. I just watch what you guys do and just try and follow along. That's how I kind of get things done.
Right.
Hold on a second. Looks like we got Gary coming in. Cutthroat Gary. Hold on a second.
It's Gary.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what you got going on with your camera there?
I'm using an IP. I'm trying a new microphone. So can you hear okay or not?
Microphone sounds great.
Yeah, so I got a new Shure.
Is it new microphone day today? Did I miss a sale? What's going on?
I got me a new one
used
too.
an Amazon referral link. Some lucky hexagon got a couple of bucks from me using a referral link.
Nice.
So I figured I'd do that. So I got a new Shure now. I've got another arm. So
Did you get the SMB7?
It's called. It's a Shure MV podcast one.
Oh God!
Oh,
holy moly! Look who just popped into the pirate ship.
Out of the dungeon.
Welcome aboard, Firebun. What's up, buddy?
Guys?
Konnichiwa.
Dude,
You guys were getting a little weak with the content, so I thought I'd pop on.
wow, we must have been getting real weak today.
Hey, Gary, you just got here. Nothing to do.
I just did an hour stream with Kurkowski. I was just competing with you guys. That's all.
Oh, nice.
I only had 20 viewers. You guys had or 25 viewers.
In my defense, Firebun, I have not slept for the past 4 days, like at all. Like I'm running on like no sleep.
I'm literally in the middle of a TPS report, like the size of which you would not believe. And on top of all that, I'm having to learn, because I've been a Mac user for the last freaking 15 years. I've got to learn Windows all over again. So I'm doing PowerPoint presentations and Excel, and fucking all the buttons are backwards on me now and just can't find nothing. So it's like, on top of doing reports and making PowerPoints, I got to learn how to use the damn shit over again.
So Firebun, what have you discovered from the spice mines? What's going on?
Man, things are starting to get spicy for as far as like staker goes. I just want to talk a little bit about like some of the progress that I've made on my
Bring
end.
it.
Go ahead,
Bring
man.
it.
Okay. It's pretty cool. Okay. So, I just finished like doing some testing with 1-inch. So like we're gonna be rolling out with 1-inch initially, and we'll just allow transfers probably between like Hex and ETH. So I think we'll support 3 currencies: Hex, USDC, and ETH when we launch. And the other thing that I've gotten worked out, and it's pretty cool, is the gasless transactions. So I was able to calculate how much a transaction would cost in ETH, get the Uniswap price, and then determine how much it would cost in Hex, and you can pay for it with Hex in addition to whatever transaction you're doing.
Nice.
So it's gonna be cool. You'll optionally be able to pay with like USDC or with ETH if you don't want to pay with Hex out of your transaction. And I think another thing we'll be able to do is when you end a stake, you'll be able to pay out of that too.
Ooh.
Pay out of
Gas
the
fees.
out of the stake itself.
Yeah, I think we'd be able to do something like that because like the way we can do batch transactions is they happen sequentially. So if you do an end stake before a transfer, then the token should be available for that next transaction. So it's just getting exciting because like things are becoming like more concrete, whereas a little while ago it was just an idea of like it'd be cool if we could do these things.
So what
Damn,
are you
that sounds
saying is if you're actually going to commit to ending a stake, there's no prepayment. It's going to take a payment
It's-
out of that.
Yeah,
That's
because
an
your wallet's
option.
going to be full at that point once you
That's an
end the
option.
stake.
But
Right.
but before you had to do Ethereum, and a failed transaction still cost you money.
Yeah. So the way that we have it set up, we're able to pay for the transaction costs with Ethereum for the user, which is why we provide a quote for how much it's going to cost you. And then as long as we know that your transaction will pay that back by the time it's done.
It's a flash.
then
It's a flash loan.
basically,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's nobody else that's doing that, is there? There's no other crypto doing that, is there?
I mean, not to. We're doing a few things that are kind of cutting edge. I think there's like one other person that's doing it. I don't know if you guys have heard of like Argent Wallet. I think they do a lot of gasless transactions. So I mean, we're kind of like near the edge of what's possible on a few different points, and it's kind of the cool thing is it's like the convergence of these things wasn't available previously. So we're talking like so these are some of the properties that will be a part of the service. We have a relaying service, so your transactions won't get stuck. They'll get replayed with higher gas fees until they go through, and you don't pay anything additional. Whatever you're quoted is exactly what you'll pay in gas, and we'll pay up to 2 times that gas limit if we have to in order to make sure the transaction succeeds. Because a failed transaction is you literally pay worst case scenario 2 times the gas price.
Okay.
So we'll try and quote the gas price and we'll go up to 2x that gas limit. And if your transaction fails, you'll get your Hex back as well. You get refunded. So there are some cool things that are going to be emerging from like the system that we have set up.
I can't remember if I talked to you specifically or if it was Kyle, maybe like a year ago. And it was about, was it the Chi or it was like prepaying for gas? You basically bought gas tokens and then you get refunded.
I looked into that. I would like to use that at some point.
Okay,
It's really
I thought you might be using it right now because basically you're prepaying for gas when it's the cheapest. And it's the same thing you do with your electric meter at your house.
We're not exactly prepaying. We're not exactly prepaying for gas. One thing that we kind of did prepay for though is we are deploying these things called Gnosis safes. I've talked about them previously. We deployed a lot of them for our users, and there's something that you can call on it to transfer the ownership. So we deployed it, which costs a lot more than just transferring the ownership, because I think an ownership transfer is like 1/4 the gas usage. So we deployed these when the gas was like 15 gwei per, and we deployed like 4,000 wallets. So we have like a stash of wallets that we're going to start distributing once users come. But yeah, the Chi token's very interesting. I did some research into that to see if it'd be something viable, because like the most dynamic thing that Basically gas prices are just very dynamic. And during a bull run, like you cannot consume the gas prices as a company or as some middleware, or you're just gonna get screwed over if there's a bull run.
Right.
So basically, it was refunding the wallet, though. But you could, as a company, you could get the refund. You know, someone's prepaying because they know everybody's overpaying for gas, and in a bull run, they're willing to pay $40 a transaction, or during some particular event.
Yeah.
But then, if you use Chi, you know, not that you want to be a profiteer from it, but if you're prepaying, then you get the refund. In that customer still got served the price that they thought everybody was paying for ETH. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Cheese is something that we can support later. And I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with like how it works technically, but I could try and explain that like high level. It's a pretty cool thing.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so Chi token, you're essentially deploying an empty contract or like a contract that takes up space on the blockchain. And when you so you do that when gas is cheap and you get a certain amount of space on the blockchain, and in exchange for that you get this Chi token. So the Chi token is kind of like a certain amount of gas that you can just use on demand. But the way that you get the gas is within Ethereum, if you destroy a contract and free up space, then you get a refund. And you can get, I think it's up to 50% refunded of what was spent to get that. So at the end of the day, what this means is if the gas is 2 times as expensive, when you created that contract, then you can destroy it and you would be equal, right?
Even.
So say it was at 15 Gwei when you made it and it goes up to 30. Anything above 30 is like and you're paying less than anything above 30.
I think Vitalik might have made comment about it, and I don't know that he was really liking the fact that was built into the code, was that you could burn a token and basically get a refund because people were basically, I mean, again,
I mean,
it's cheap, it's worthwhile.
Some people were like kind of upset that like people are just deploying garbage contracts kind of, but it's like really useful because the variability of the gas fee is just too expensive if you're trying to provide some sort of service for
what does it matter? It's just taking up blockchain space for a minute. It's what it's for.
You know, Firebun, something that really interested me, what you said was about the 1-inch exchange. Do you know what I've been hearing off the grapevine, off of 1-inch? They're going to duct tape a token pretty soon.
Oh, dude, yeah. They're coming out. They already announced 1-inch token. Okay, so I really like the 1-inch guys. I've talked to them. I've had back and forth with them, and they like create an enterprise endpoint for us to use. So they're really cool. And that's why I kind of included Mooniswap with the Dex.Vision upgrade. But the things that are cool about 1-inch and why I like looked into them is because they released their version 2 not too long ago, which has heavy gas optimizations. Their version 1, like it wasn't really worthwhile because of the additional gas fee. So they heavily optimize that. And it's just like we can rely on them as kind of like a middle layer where say Uniswap v3 comes out, they'll build support for that. And then we're still doing the same old with how we interact with them. Nice. So like we get the additional liquidity that they're aggregating. And then they have additional features. One that they just released not too long ago is private transactions. And I don't know the technicals on this, but they're like have an agreement with like 10 miners or something like that, where they'll submit the transaction to those miners and then it doesn't get front run, or it only gets front run by those miners. I'm not really too sure. But the idea is you can submit a transaction that's not going to get front run or like sandwiched.
Right.
Which is a topic I would also like to talk about. Okay.
Go for it, dude. Come on. Let's go. Hearing the shit.
Okay. So yeah, the private transactions are cool. And then I think limit orders, I'm not sure if we'll support those. Not like initially for sure. Right. But they have like some sort of limit order available, and maybe we could leverage that in the future too, which is cool. Okay. So you guys ready for some sandwich transactions talk?
Sure, man.
Let's hear it.
I know these fuckers like always
in there.
Let's go.
So how do you guys suspect that that's occurring, or like what are your thoughts? Like I'm not sure if Silver the Antidote has covered it at some point or not.
I don't think he. I haven't seen his
recent stuff.
So I think what happens is, so when you're submitting an order to Uniswap, right? You pick a slippage. If the slippage is large enough that somebody can do a sandwich in order, like above and after, such that it takes up that additional slippage and makes your order still succeed. If that is greater than the cost of the gas to do that, then I think that's what happens. So say you have like a 10% slippage, but your order would only do 1% on its own. They could push the order like 9% against you, basically, and make you fill that order at a worse price.
You feel good. You still feel good because you got the price. That's the same thing I was just talking about the cheat thing too. So
basically they ensure that you get the minimum that it projected. So what you can do is like set tighter slippage, but that only helps to an extent probably. So that's just something that I noticed lately because like I think I had my slippage set to like some manual value at some point, and I don't know.
So do you think I know for a fact that extra profit for Uni? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, say that again.
Is that just extra profit that's built in for Uni? Uni's getting that?
No, this is like a arbitrage bot. It can do to the point where it submits a transaction that gets right beneath yours and one right after. So it can like shoot the price down and then you buy into it and then sell it back to break even where they were plus profit. And they can do it like precision, sandwich your order in between.
You guys should be Flash Boys. Or the Flash
but isn't
Boys.
that collusion with that's collusion with Uni? Or is it because how can they have that reaction? No.
It's independent miners.
There's like a mem pool before transactions get mined into blocks, and they're just bots that inspect it all the time to see if there's like some sort of alpha that they can get.
It's what traders do in the stock market with like the one way Robinhood makes money is that they give your orders to basically a flash hedge fund. Essentially what they do is that they have these computers that are really close to the New York Stock Exchange with a shorter cable essentially, and then they do these transactions. So when they know what your transaction's happening, they just front run it a little bit, and they get that little in between, so it's guaranteed money every time you trade. So every time you're buying, they're making money off of you. Every single time. And then even though they're only making a little bit of money, they do millions of transactions. It turns into millions and millions of dollars a year. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's guaranteed money. They're not even trading. They're just fucking front running you every fucking time. And it's fucking crazy. Like I heard all these stories of people paying. There's like a couple and stuff like like they had the closest apartment that you could legally go into, and they were paying this couple like $100,000 a month in order to put like a couple cables through the apartment in order to be close to the quartz crystal. Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's real. That's like what you're competing with on that level. That was like that, just high frequency stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we're on that level just yet, but it's coming. Essentially,
it's coming for sure. I mean, Uniswap is still really new, and like the way that the transactions are occurring is still a new thing. I think what 1inch is doing, as long as they exploit you for less profit, if they are exploiting you, then I think it's a good thing.
I mean,
oh man, as long as they're just sticking the tip in, right?
Yeah.
But if everybody is paying that extra, everybody just perceives the price as what it is, right? So yes, people know that high frequency trading happens. Yes, people know that if you're in the know with a broker, you're probably going to get a better price per share on any kind of stock or something like that. But it becomes normalized. You say, oh, it costs about $1. Is it $1.004 or is it $1.3? Whatever. So it normalizes, as long as it's not like obvious that these four guys are fucking taking everybody's money. They're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Liberty just said he onboarded two poor guys from the club, an $1,800 one and a $5,000 one. They gonna be rich.
I would love to have him do a dedicated walkthrough of his script, like how he makes his contact. I mean, if it's already people he knows, or if it's all like soft sell.
Oh, Liberty! Oh, dude, his script. He doesn't have a script. He has golf games with all of his neighbors at his freaking club. Is what he does. They all sit around and eat and drink and hang out and and talk shit to each other, and then golf, and then buy each other shit. That's what they do.
Nice.
Sorry, I was being such a cunt on the golf course. Here's a Rolex. Yeah, that happens a lot, dude. I know a lot of people that couldn't even they couldn't advance in the military anymore because they didn't want to play golf with their higher ups. Literally, it's insane, dude.
What military?
We live near a military base here, and we know quite a few people that they.
I don't know anybody in my military that was fucking golfing.
Dude, a lot of people, seriously, it's Navy guys, Navy guys, and
Navy knows Navy motherfuckers got time to fucking golf, but
golf, yeah.
But we're too wobbly in the knees. We can't do that shit.
So Firebun, you how did you see? I mean, did you see this sandwiching, or did you dig it up, or did you it was rumored to you and you wanted to check it out, and you saw it, or what happened?
There was earlier on, I was more interested in the transactions, and I don't know why I was digging into them specifically, but I saw it occurring. And then recently, when I had my slippage set inappropriately high, I noticed it occur again. So it just enforced the idea that it's occurring regularly.
So here's what we need to do. So we've got you, very, very high level, speaking about this stuff that's going on in trading. And then we got me, who just knows enough to get myself into a lot of trouble. I understand what slippage is. But let's explain. There's 175 people out there. A lot of them are from Dlive. They're trying to understand what crypto is. So let's talk to them about slippage and how that works and what is going on here, and how is this exploit actually taking place? Let's talk about slippage first.
Okay. So slippage is the amount that the price will change as the result of the order that you're executing against the liquidity. So
the order being filled basically is the amount that the order is going up while it's being filled.
Right. So say it's two pools of 100 tokens on each side, and you add 100 to the pool. That would increase. What does that do? 50% of the price? 100%? Whatever the percentage move is would be the slippage that results from that. Right. So say your order will affect the price by 1% because you're adding that additional liquidity. You would want your slippage set to something greater than 1%. Otherwise, your order would fail. And the reason they have this slippage setting is to prevent somebody from pushing. They could a way that you could be attacked if there wasn't the slippage thing on there is they push up the price really high right before you purchase. Then you get your purchase in, and then they push it right back to where it was. But the net result is that you bought it for a higher price than what it was currently at. And the way that they could do that is with that additional slippage, which provides that wiggle room for them to operate in.
Yeah. So it's a safety switch for your order is when you set your slippage, so that you don't get priced out or your order doesn't fail.
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, there are good reasons for your order to fail. And I see a lot of people get upset when their orders are failing in the main chat, but it's just because they don't understand what their settings are and what the result is of it's just too complicated with the dials for a new person to understand all that.
So guys, so why I'm having him dig into this a little bit is because it's another one of those things that if you're in crypto and you're out there playing around, this is another one of those little details that happen to you that you don't even know about. People's orders get stopped. People end up paying a lot more for the coin than they thought they were paying when they're putting in orders. So you got to understand all of these things when you're getting into crypto and you start trading and you start, Hex is very simple. You can get into Hex and stake your Hex and leave it alone and not worry about it. But if you're going to be moving crypto around and you're trading and you're even using Uniswap, which is one of the platforms that we highly tout, and the same with what you just said it 1%
1 inch.
1 inch. So with 1 inch,
Mooney small,
you have the same thing going on, and these are dexes, and you still have stuff that you have to be careful about out there. So educate yourself, know what you're doing before you go out there and start playing with it.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear about V2. I haven't used 1 inch in a long time, just because I was using 1 inch essentially to find some cryptos I couldn't buy on Uniswap on 1 inch. Holy fuck! When the gas fee started going up higher, man. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
bro.
You really start to feel the inefficient. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like this is the most efficient way to do it. But you're doing more steps in the contract to make the gas fee higher.
Yeah. So they take that into consideration now. It's like, is it more value to do those extra steps and like what you'll get back versus the gas that it costs? So yeah, definitely big enhancements over there.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool. And I know no expectations, but when could we see this, Mr. Fireman?
We're talking about the new features that I'm talked about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so let me just detail like what we still have to do first before I set like any sort of like timeline expectation. So right now, I literally just got the first transaction to like work with 1 inch. So it's gonna need more like configurations, add support for USDC and ETH as far as like tracking balances and stuff over time, not just Hex. We need to still build the front end for staking. We have like the estimates built. So if you submit a staking ladder to like our endpoint, it'll say like, this is how much interest you might expect for this stake, this stake, this stake, this stake throughout your ladder. And this is what kind of interest you could get back overall. So we have that estimate stuff built, but like picking your ladder, having the pre-built templates, that still needs to be refined further. And then it's just a lot of it's user interface work. So we need to still do the swap interface. I think Steph was close to wrapping up some of the fiat onboarding integrations.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. The fiat is there are a couple things that could go wrong with like that would take us off of the dream path, basically, right?
Yeah.
The primary things that could go wrong is the fiat widgets that we use, like Transact Wire. We'll probably use like a primary exchange like crypto.com or something. So assuming that works well, that is good. If it doesn't work, that's going to be a rough one because these are problems that we can't solve. Really.
Yeah. Because it's those platforms, right? So
the next thing is like the app stores. I suspect will be okay because there are a lot of wallet applications on there, but it's like we're kind of doing unusual things compared to like their regular cookie cutter apps. I mean, we haven't really had any problems so far, but that could be a problem at some point.
Right. Now, are you talking tech-wise or regulatory-wise?
Well, like I suspect that the App Store likes getting paid, and if we're taking fees through like crypto, and like they might like want to like get their hands on it somehow.
Can't you just charge?
Apple has a default of like 30%, right? And so if you're always doing transactions and you're not getting them fiat money, then they're not going to let you do it for long.
So we'll see about that.
Couldn't you just do like a premium on like Staker Pro or something like that?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm happy to give them the
we would work with them to make them happy, like whatever they want.
If you said right off the bat, it's like $5 a month or something, and they're getting 30% of $5 a month, but you're doing $10,000 worth of transactions in crypto. Mm-hmm. Who knows if they actually pay attention? I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but it's kind of like, let me go ahead and prepay for this shit. And then they're going to say it's revenue.
I would gladly give Fireman $20 a month. All day.
It'd go for it. It'd go to a good cause.
You take lemons?
Do you wear Yeezys?
No, I don't. But I would start for you. I get a collection going behind me too.
I'm so happy. I'm getting new Jordans the next week, bro.
Oh boy!
I'm waiting for these. Man, these are nice.
Nice.
Did you upgrade your background? I see a Hex logo in the back left.
Oh yeah, I got a couple new ones. It's been a little
Some
while
new
since I have them, but yeah, I swapped them out a little bit ago.
Hey,
so are these framed, or are these just images that you put on the wall? Where'd you get those?
They're called disc plates. They're metal plates with like just images on them, and they're magnets stickered on the wall that they send with them. And you just like pop them off and pop the other ones on. So I have like a couple spare ones. Pretty cool. Pretty expensive though.
What are you using crypto.com for exactly? Just for the
I haven't used it before myself.
Did you? Have you used Wire?
Are talking about. I tried Transact, and I did not have success with it. But it has been a little while.
What about Wire?
I have not tried Wire.
Look into.
See, I had one successful transaction with Wire, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is fucking dope, man!" I was on it, and then this next transaction didn't work. And
I thought it had a cap. I thought Wire had a cap of like $1,500.
After one transaction, the thing stops working. It quit working on me, period. And then everybody else I talked to said it didn't work for them. They got one minor transaction, and then it stopped working for them. Yeah,
so we'll pick any exchange that like just works the best. I mean, there's going to be a certain amount of KYC with like the larger exchanges, and probably even some of the smaller ones, whatever is accepting fiat. But whatever gives you your money the soonest and is the most reliable or works best in your location, I mean, that's the type of stuff that we're going to be shooting for.
I got one. I'll DM you. I got one for you to check out.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as staker launch expectations, okay. So we need like some interfaces still to be built. We have looked into having a team look at our code for the wallet and make sure that it's secure. Steph found these pretty like a group of people that are I had seen them in a YouTube video previously about hacking a ledger. So they're like advanced in that area. So we're just going to reach out to them, and we just have a small module of code where we access like sensitive stuff off of the device, make sure that it checks out. So I don't expect something like that to take that long. So, I mean, we would like to get an early version to testers at the end by the end of the year, hopefully.
Okay.
So that'd be really cool to have it by the end of the year. But there's a lot of unknowns still. So
yeah, don't push it, bro. Don't push it.
Well, I'm really excited though. So like dude, it's gonna be so sick.
Just like smiling.
Yeah, Franklin. Those Sequire. I don't know. CoinZoom. Yeah, I know that. I know about that one. That one's.
It's cracking too, I guess. Yeah,
we might be able to get Hex onto that one. To be honest.
Yeah, Kraken's a bitch, dude. Holy fuck!
It would be nice to be on a primary exchange like that and have Hex directly.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
I mean, I could. Well, I don't know. I know how the community's weird about this shit, but I mean, I know a lot of people at Celsius, and they're starting to do a lot of transactions now. Like people are buying in app, and I could hook you guys up and stuff if you just let me know. I don't know. It's up to you. I don't know, because every time I bring up,
I don't know what that means, but
I get shot down.
I like getting hooked up.
You know, I get shot down all the time. Every time I bring up anything, like, no, you shit.
God, here let him shill his shit one show, and now here we go. It's on.
All I do is to help Hex. That's all I do. Literally, that's all.
He's always giving.
He's always give. Never take. Never take.
I never take. You're always getting bitch slapped for helping. Oh no, selling steaks is bad for the ecosystem. Oh man. Anyway,
he did change his name. You know, that's got to be something.
He did change his name. I told him he had to. He had to. It was getting embarrassing. It was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
So what else is going? Firebun, do you have a life yet? How are you doing, man? You like went into a dungeon.
Don't try and get him dating. To stop.
I didn't say anything about dating.
whoa.
I never said anything about dating. I said, how's his life? Like,
Dude,
he's
we're
been in a
doing
dungeon
good,
for
man.
months.
We're doing good. We're chilling. I'm
I
living
like
that
the
good
lockdown.
life
It's
right
very
now,
good
man.
for crypto.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls equal bad production.
I mean, I'm on like
There's-
lockdown because I have a family member that's like very sensitive, and it would be bad if like COVID got into my household. But man, living the life right now. I'm doing all right. Don't you worry about me, guys.
Good. No, we just know you've been working hard and in the dungeon because we know that Steph keeps you in there, and he comes on the show and hangs out with us, and he looks nice and relaxed, and I always imagine you just over there working, tapping on a computer, just fucking coffees and Red Bulls and.
Yo, Richard got me on that Topre keyboard, so at least I'm typing in with some class now.
Oh, you got one of those?
I got one of the keyboards that he suggested. It's pretty nice.
You like it, huh?
Yeah.
Right on. I'm looking at the chat. Fuck Celsius.
So Farbun, while you're on, can you comment about if Hex had never come into your life, what direction would you have been working on? If you had never met Steph, you'd never had this path, what would you have been working on, and would it have been as rewarding?
Okay, so I left my job a little while ago, like 3 months ago, maybe. I would still be working at my previous employer for sure. I was doing consulting, but man, I was doing full remote work. This was before. Oh shit! I guess it's been a little bit longer.
So, are you living off Hex right now?
No. I mean, I lived at my parents' household while I was a senior software developer working remote. So like I was able to stack up like a decent amount. But yeah, I don't sell Hex unless, I mean, it's just not time to sell yet. That's
for sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to your speculation of, obviously you're stacking Hex, a lot of us are stacking Hex. I'm looking at any way that I can create new revenue sources to put into Hex. Do you have a arc, some kind of graph of when you say, this is when I'm going to start, exiting? Is it just because of your ladder coming due, or do you have price points in mind as far as the maturation of Hex? What are your thoughts?
Unrelated to price, mostly. Yeah. When my stakes are due, I have a staking ladder. When they're due, then I'll make the decision at that time.
Yeah.
That's all it is, really. Like, I don't know what the price will be. It's too far out to speculate what it'll be. Maybe I sell some of it and then restake. I don't really have a plan as far as that goes. But like, I set up my ladder very early, and I set it up very long. So
So do you look at it as far as like when people, like on my stream earlier, people were saying that the Hex crypto Telegram needs to have 100,000 people. Do you look at the Staker app because it gives you so much feedback, it gives you so much data and metrics about, activity and things like that, and what people are actually doing. So when you think of things and you say it's not related to price, do you think of it as real adoption, like numbers scaling up on participants in Hex? What do you look at?
I'm not sure what you mean. Like, as far as like when I decide I should scale out, I mean, well, I don't know. Really, it just depends. I think Hex has a lot of potential. So I guess partially it is like, I want to see it get to where I think it can go to. And once I start feeling more comfortable about that, about like having that, like, man, we really exceeded my expectations. Again.
It hasn't already. Really?
I mean,
come on, I know you're sitting on over 150, 200x on some of your stuff. So you can't.
It's
beyond that. Yeah, because you're getting APY plus you're getting.
It did exceed my expectations. Okay. So like at early days, I had done some moon math. and we did pretty good.
Yeah.
Like according to that, but it doesn't really matter that much to me because most of my hexes just staked anyways, and I with how much we've already done, I know we can. It's still nothing compared to where it can go. It's nothing compared to where it could go.
Plus, you don't really have to sell a lot. If the price really runs up, and with this APY we're getting, you really don't have to sell a lot of hex to put a lot of money away in the bank accounts where you're just chilling, really.
When you cover your cost of living, you really don't spend that much. I mean, even people, unless they're like baller, like celebrities, some shit, you really don't have that much overhead. Like, they call it rent arbitrage or whatever. For the first 2 years of me living in Silicon Valley, I rented out rooms of a house that I rented, and I had net zero cost. So the same thing that Firebun's doing and has done, you can stack up serious money if you are a professional working in a space and things like that, and you're not living a luxury life. And then if you have a staked commitment that helps you stay on track for your financial goals, like Hex does with their ladders or the CD ladder, you really don't have that much overhead. I mean, a lot of people might think that they just want a Ferrari and, supermodel expense life partner. But you kind of change your mind. You get to that point, like, is that really justified? Like, do I need to, how many people have seen YouTubers that talked about the Bitcoin that they spent, how many Bitcoin that they spent on their Lamborghini, right? And they spent it when it was a $500 Bitcoin or a $1,000 Bitcoin. And then they look at that ROI and they say, man, that was the dumbest thing I ever fucking did.
Man. 3 kids and a wife is more expensive than a $100 gallon of Lambo. That's for damn sure. I'd have more money in my pocket if I had a Lambo and a $100 girl. I'm serious. You think it's funny? You freaking put one on your finger, boy. Put one on your finger and see what happens. See what happens. All them shoes, bye-bye. Buy shoes.
I'm a crafty son of a bitch, bro. I'll figure out a way.
No, you ain't. Everybody talks big shit. Everybody talks big shit until it happens. And then they're like, what the fuck happened to me? What happened to me?
God damn,
wouldn't trade it for anything, but I'm telling you, hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020. No, but you got it different, I mean, granted, kids and having a good wife is it's what I wanted. That's why I have it. But I mean, if you like that lifestyle you got, if you like that $100 girl in that Lambo and put a ring on it, that's all over with. Things change, and it gets more expensive. Believe me, it gets more expensive. It sure does.
Nothing. Another 10x and Hex won't change.
Nothing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Every stream you need more and more Rolexes and more fucking gold chains and shit.
Remember, half that shit.
Half that shit. And then there's those kids, and people don't talk about that. See, they talk about the half with the spouse, but you got kids. Now there's the rest of your shit, and you're living in a fucking trailer and eating ramen again like you were fucking 19. You know what I mean? That's what happens. So it's cheaper to keep them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not doing that way. That sounds terrible.
I'm not doing that
way.
I
can beat that.
I'm just trying to save some of you guys. That's all. I'm just trying to save some of you guys. I'm going to put some reality in you.
Surely you can make it work better than that.
You when you're married, you got, well, at least you get half when you get the divorce, because you got nothing when you're married. You got nothing. None of your money's yours. None of it.
It's true.
So that's why most guys get divorced. They want half of it at least.
They get divorced because they want to upgrade their lifestyle.
They want to upgrade their lifestyle. Get half. Get a broke down truck and a freaking lot lizard for a girlfriend.
You know what made me laugh was I did catch this in the what's called the Richard Hart live stream the other day, where he said, like, what's his name? Amazon dude's fucking wife owns as much Amazon stock as he does. Oof. Mm-hmm. Oof. and then he starts smashing some fucking like some whatever chick too. Like
I didn't know that much.
Dude. Oh my god. He's like,
but I mean, what does it matter, right? I mean, to that dude, it's like, what's half of his money is like, you know, that's like 1,000 rich dudes, you know?
I mean, when you're at that scale, again, is it Chris Rock? He said that thing, right? He's like, everybody talks about rich people need to get a prenup. You got to get a prenup because you're rich, right? And you might lose half, right? Well, if you're worth 20 billion, 30 billion, 50 billion, 10 million, whatever, right? This doesn't change your lifestyle that much to lose half. But if you make 30 grand, you got to move in with your mama.
You have 30 grand and 3 kids, you bumming, man. It's all over with. It's all
people that need
with.
prenups are the people that ain't got shit.
No, see, a lot of the young guys that I work with in the past, I'd watch them come into the industry, and then they, those guys don't make a lot of money. And then they get married to have a couple kids. Then they get the divorce. And then it's like, oh boy, here it comes. And boom, they're on ramen, living at their mom's house. And, and every month they're just forking the money out, man. Forking it out, Be careful, guys. Be careful. I'm warning you.
date wealthy women.
Hey, it's just as easy to fall in love with a wealthy woman as it is a poor one. That's for sure.
Right.
That is for sure.
Be very careful the coin you choose.
Oh, man. Choose wisely, guys. Choose wisely. That's all I can say. I did. RG3 did the right thing.
Right.
I've been married for 20 years now, and it's been bliss.
So Firebun's a young guy. Outside of Hex speculation, RY, what, like Richard talks all the time about longevity as a goal for him to move on to in the future. Does anybody in this room have a goal beyond whatever happens with Hex? Like, I'm active in it probably for another year or two as a primary thing that I'm interested in, but I'll move on to other stuff. And it won't be that I de-invest myself from Hex. It'll just be that, that's going. Now I want to do something else that engages me. Do you have something like that, Firebun? Do you have something you're specifically after Hex?
Staker.
I don't know. I don't know, but I just want to see what can happen with Staker first, because I have high expectations. Like the app, the capabilities, and Hex, and what I think Hex can do, it's like could be a crazy synergy between the two, I think.
Right.
What about you, RG3? I mean, outside of being Rogan's competition before long.
I'm definitely not trying any of that. I mean, I'm just here having fun, but I'm gonna stick with this. That's for sure. I enjoy doing it. We'll see where it goes, what trail it goes on, because I know that as I look into the future, I go, man, Hex has a long way to go. And we talked about it here a minute ago. There's going to be some long bear markets, and what's going to happen to people? How interesting! Like we were just sitting here a few minutes ago without you and Firebun on here, and we were like, it was the show was dying. We were dying because we didn't have a whole bunch to talk about. And that's because of lack of preparation, because of who we are. But that doesn't mean that we don't have content. We have content. There's a lot of different things that we can talk about, and there's a lot of different things that we can introduce, and then always work it around Hex, like we always do. But I really enjoy the job I got right now. It's crazy. I mean, I've got this incredible job that I took, that it just kind of dropped out of the sky, and it's a position where everything that I've done over the last 30 years is being utilized to its fullest. I'm being appreciated, and I have never seen that in the workforce before. I mean, I've worked for the man for 30 years, and I've worked my ass off, and I've given up 8 discs in my back for it. And yes, my family had a good life, and I got to live in Southern California. My wife got to stay home and raise our kids. But I didn't ever feel appreciated. I felt used, and I watched the owners of the companies that I worked for get rich. So I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. But for some reason, I dropped into one of these positions where it's an executive level position. I won't say executive. I'll say a top tier management position. I've been given carte blanche to build a whole division for them, hire all the employees, do the whole build out, search for the properties, all that kind of stuff. And it's from San Francisco down to San Diego, so all Southern California. We've got 4 locations that we want to put together. So it's like this big project, and it just fell in my lap, and it feels comfortable, it feels good. And I want to continue to do it, to be honest. I'm hoping that I can manage my time there because I'm very busy, and then continue to do crypto and continue to do the show. But there are some things that I am going to have to give up. I got some things going on that I'd have to give up because I got to get back in the water and surf again and just, enjoy myself a little bit, especially when Hex starts coming in. I don't know. I don't have any big plans, but I like the way things are going right now, to be honest.
What do you say, dollar cost? What do you want your transition after Hex or crypto priorities? What would you like to do?
Well, I don't know. Well, I don't see myself getting out of crypto for a really long time. I'm probably going to do this lifelong just because I just really like crypto, and I like investments and stuff. And I just have a sort of a thing where I've got so many people asking for my attention now that it's like, fuck, man, it's getting ridiculous now. Like, all these businesses I'm running, and then all these shows and the podcasts, and then the hedge fund I'm starting, and the course. Fuck, man, I don't have any time for myself at all, But this is the time to grind. It really is, because it's like you have to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe for you guys can, you and RG and Jim can take a little time off and stuff. But me and Firebun, we're in grinding mode right now, and we're trying to build ourselves something right now, because you don't, like, when the fuck would a guy like me ever be able to start a fucking hedge fund ever, or start anything like no one would give me this opportunity. How would I? But I took it, and I'm getting it, and it's because this is like we're having the biggest we're having the biggest shift of wealth ever.
Mm-hmm.
Both
we're right in the middle of it. Yep.
And right in the middle of it, we're in with a huge pan like this, and we're just catching all we can right now. And it's insane. Like since 2018, like it's been like I've doubled, tripled, 10x, 15x my bag every single year. And it's just because we're in the right place at the right time and we're paying attention. You should just go back. It's fucking beautiful and stuff. It's crazy. This is such life-changing money and opportunity. It's like I'm crazy not to put in all this time and effort into it. And sure, afterwards I can relax a little bit, but then after, like, why would I relax? I'll be 35. 35?
That's the thing. In some people's minds, they put in their mind, hey, when I do this thing, I slave away for 20, 30 years for some other company, then I'll retire and I'll be happy. When they get to that point, there's actually a lot of people that get super depressed and their lifespan shortens when they retire. Yep. So the idea of retiring shouldn't be rocker chair, in my opinion. I think I'll retire when I'm 90 or 100 and I can't move. Because your mind needs to be engaged. Yep. You need to engage community. I'm kind of reclusive most of the time, but I like the outreach to community and want to have a targeted message or something I want to receive or give. I think it's healthful to think beyond just Hex or just beyond what you're doing in the moment, especially in 2020 being such a shit show. You got to look beyond that.
You're 100% right, Gary. Because and I realized this a while back ago when I was starting to lose my disc, when I had the first 2 back injuries, and my wife is the one who put it in perspective for me. She said, you're making good money, you're doing good for the family, but you're wrecking yourself. You're going to be done by the time, it's time to retire. You're not going to be any good. And so I started changing my skill sets. And as I watched those owners, I worked for small family companies, and they got very wealthy. I literally seen them go from, owning a couple of trucks and renting a building to, 30 truck fleets with, $21 million properties and shit like that. Literally I worked 16-hour days and watched them get all that, and I'm not saying that they didn't deserve it, and they were the owners. They were taking the risk, and they were out there bringing the business in and working the business. I don't take that away from them, but I traded my hours and my body for dollars.
Right.
And I said, there's an easier way, and I need to look into the future, because I didn't want to go out that way either, because the thing that really opened my eyes was I started to watch, like you said, Gary, these guys start to retire. Now, these guys, they were like 60-something years old, still out there like fucking working. I mean, like, these guys were like grit guys. They're like, nothing can kill these motherfuckers. They're out there, pulling, throwing chains and crawling under machines and moving heavy shit and carrying 100, 200 pounds around all over the place all day long, and just grit, But when they retired, within a fucking year, I watched 7 or 8 of them just die, literally die, in our whole industry. That, such and such retired, year or two later, dead. What? Are you kidding me? How the hell can you kill a guy like that, And watched it happen. I said, you know what? I don't want to end up grumpy and beat up like those guys, and I don't want to end up, dead after I retire at 60, whatever. I call it the 40-40-40 plan. You were, and I didn't want to do that. So I started changing my skill set, and, lo and behold, and I never thought it would pop up, but here it is. Here's the opportunity now to I changed the skill set to where everything that I've done, everything that I've bettered myself in, I went and worked in sales. I went and worked in operations, all of the different aspects of my company. And now all that's being utilized by one company. And so expanding your knowledge base while you're young, doing other things. Like Gary's always talking about that, doing something else. He's always switching, and I hear a lot of people talking shit about it. But it's like, you know what? Gary is expanding his footprint, so that he's going to have a lot of different revenue streams to grab from. And then it's going to give him more options. Which, like I said, I tell everybody, money buys you happiness. And the way money buys you happiness is money buys you options. Options buys you freedom, and freedom buys you your happiness. And that's how it works. And expanding your horizons and being able to do different things is what gets you into those opportunities.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I flit around too much, but I can't do the same shit more than a year without saying I got to learn a new skill set. So it's weird, but I've gone to hobo school to learn how to be a hobo because of a two-day class.
Wait. What? There's a fucking hobo school.
There's a hobo school.
Now,
my plan B was ride the rails.
Okay, so I'm straight up thinking ride the rails. But are you talking like live on the streets and figure out how to live in a tent and all that kind of shit?
So I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. I was in the Navy at the time. Georgia, Norcross, Georgia has the largest rail yard in the United States. It's where basically the northern East Coast rails all join with the Eastern pathway rails. So it's a huge rail yard. There. And the state of Georgia put together a course to teach hobos how not to get killed doing the things that they're not supposed to be doing, which means if you're going to break into the rail car, do it this way so at least the material isn't as damaged and you likely don't die. So they actually had a 2-day long course.
So straight up really rail riding hobos, not just like living on the streets of LA and shit. You're talking fucking rail car hobos.
Yeah. And hobos, they still exist. I mean, they're still here. Like you just hear about it from like the Great Depression or some shit, but they're still here. And a lot of them are illiterate. So there's actually hobo hieroglyphs, and you'll go to cities that have a lot of rail yards to them. And there's certain graffiti that tells you this person at this house is medical and they'll help you. They won't turn you in or they won't fuck with you or whatever. This person will give you money or give you food. So there's all kinds of like hieroglyphs. Sometimes I'll go through a town and be like, oh, that means this. And I know hobo talk or some shit, right? But it's just because I got bored.
What a fucking skill, man. That's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I got bored. I was like, I'll go to that course. Sure. And the state of Georgia gave me a certificate for passing this rail safety thing.
There's a certificate too.
Certificate
Okay, I got to get me a hobo certificate.
That's
That's
Hobo
fucking-
University.
Certified by the state of Georgia.
Wow.
Weird stuff like that. I mean, stuff I'll never have a purpose for, but it's like an interesting weekend. Like I never really watched a lot of TV stupid shit. To me, stupid. I'm like, that doesn't give me any utility. At least if the zombies come in an apocalypse kind of thing, I'll be like, yeah, I feel like I got that skill set. I'll wing it.
Get hobo certified.
That's funny.
Hobo certified.
That's funny.
Well, that's an at the very least, that's an interesting story. Most people, who the fuck can say they have a hobo? Hobo degree.
That's true. That's wild. That is wild.
If Firebun had told me that, my mouth would have been like wide open. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm hobo certified.
Firebun's mom's basement certified.
Whoa, I'm on the ground level, man. Come on.
But people knock that shit, but that's a lot of people need to be around family because it's really good for their mental health.
Straight.
It's like this whole shit of like, well, I don't want to. I'm not gonna turn into boomer hate talk or whatever, but like, you know, like this, like this whole thing of being like, you need to be by yourself in a different city, away from everybody you fucking know. You know, and then maybe you get a significant other and stuff. There's a reason people are fucking on pills so much and shit, and why they're depressed is because they got no one near. They got nobody.
Well, because they got them. Because they got them. When we didn't have pills, we didn't take pills. Well, we took pills for fun.
Well, you take pills now
because there was only a handful of them out there that you can pop.
Right, right.
And now they give you a pill for everything. You can't get a boner, they give you a pill. You feel depressed, you get a pill. You know, you feel like you're going through your stage of life where you need to be happier, they give you a pill. You're too excited, they give you a pill. I mean, it's just pills for everything now. That's why it exists, because it didn't exist before. Nobody did it, you know. And now you got more crazy motherfuckers than ever out there, shooting things up, hurting people, more divorces, all this other crap, and you got lots of pills out there too. So I don't know.
But
might be something to that. I don't know.
No, but I know.
You think about, you know, not that long ago, we lived in tribes of 200, 300 people, like little groups, right? Yeah. And then later, you know, a few thousand years ago, we started to come into cities where there was a big city was like 5,000, 10,000, maybe size scale cities a long time ago. And then now, like our society, as we compress, there's more anxiety, there's more stress. I mean, street traffic and shit like that. People that, you know, anxiety. I'm not saying it's justified to be on pills, but we haven't lived as humans in this era before we lived in this era.
Yeah. But you know, even the old timey folks, even in the 1800s and stuff, like people were drinking like fishes. And two, anyone who had access to a doctor were taking prescription heroin and morphine. Literally, like it's like don't fucking like be out here like for saying like there's people have had a drug problem forever.
No, but they've got psychotropic medications now that they didn't have before. Oh yeah, people have always fucking doped, man. Come on, I mean it's the oldest pastime in human history.
Dolphins get high. They grab pufferfish and shit and fucking make like they squeeze them and fucking
You just said dolphins. You just said dolphins.
I can imagine pufferfish. A Nemo movie coming by and fucking, you know, sucking on a puffer fish.
Fucking see fucking strung out dolphin, man. I've got to get me a puffer, man. Give me a fucking puffer, bro. Come on, just one puffer.
You know, I'm not going to say this next part about it. I'm not going to say it. It's just too much about dolphin. But like, it's a lot. When I heard this, I'm like, what? They use
Is it the base thing about putting it inside the blowhole? Is it that thing are you talking about?
They use eels to do stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that,
bruh. Not even just that. Even the jaguars like search around for a fucking tree and they start chewing on the root and they get high as fuck. Mammals are some fucking drug using ass motherfuckers. I'm just telling you, man.
Yeah, I've seen something else.
There's always like a video of a drunk moose. You know, they always have like apples that fell and fermented and then they get all fucked up.
Yeah.
Even people, when people don't have access to drugs, what they do, they use the gloves of ants in order to like basically make themselves get high off of pain, bruh. Like, are we really like this is how far we go into shit. Like, people have discovered, let me put spray paint in a fucking plastic bag and huff that shit, kill my brain cells. But dude, I'll be fucking high, brother. Like, dude.
Yo, so I have one of my friends. He's in college, dude.
Yeah.
He just told me this thing. Do you know when you stand up too fast and you get lightheaded? They call that a freebie.
Yeah, so do I. Freebie. Oh man, no, it's the drug use I'm talking about is that people just want to change their environment with them now. You know, they want to. They don't feel good enough, or they don't feel, so that the doctor gives them a pill for it. And we've got all these different psychotropic medications out there now, and you know, and I guess some people need it, like schizophrenics and stuff, but all these other people that are out there just, you know, sitting there talking their psychologist, or what do they call those guys that have to do.
Well, the thing is that there's no price discovery in pharmaceuticals. You can be dirt poor and spend thousands of dollars of drug because of whatever the safety net or whatever you want to call it of your government or your insurance policy or whatever you might call it. But if you actually had the price that you pay, then the price would come down. Like if you were the one paying for the psychotropic or the therapy, then the price would come down to meet you. But your price is always coming up because you're not paying it. You know, basically it's socialized.
Insurance, socialized. Well, we not unless you're in the military, you don't really have socialized medicine, but
definitely. Well, hey, Captain RG, I think you have to get going right now.
Oh yeah, you said you had to cut out early, right?
Yeah. Well, it was really good to see you, Firebun, and Funding Jim and stuff. Thanks for coming in, and I'll catch you guys next week.
Yep. Good luck with everything on your.
I thought we're gonna be missing you for a couple of days. Are we about 10 days off? You said.
Yeah, it's about it's about a full week, 10 days off. Yeah, so I'll be back here after the 20th, pretty much.
All right.
All right, you guys.
Expecting you.
I'll come back with
DC.
Later, man.
So, Freddie, was it Freddie? No, Jono Katz. I just got the Shure SMB7, same microphone that Hexo uses, and the same one that Richard uses. Actually, I think he might have another grade higher than this one. But I think he
sounds good. Yeah, definitely at the start.
This one sounds okay. I don't know. I just got
what I really like is like on my other mic. Now I had my other mic all isolated out and everything, and it's a pretty decent mic. It's a blue. I mean, it's like $150, $100 mic or whatever. But when you bang on the table, you can hear it every little ding ding. The whole mic made that noise whenever I touched the table. Now I could literally beat on the table and you can't hear anything. It's pretty awesome. It really isolates just the sound coming out of your mouth, so it doesn't.
I got 2 of these mics because I want to set up to have podcasts and invite people from the island to come in and talk about particular topics.
Dude.
So I've got 2, but I don't know. Do I need a mixer board, or can both of these go into a USB?
No, you're gonna need a board. Well, what you need is and the company's called Focusrite.
Focusrite.
Yeah, and you need an interface, and you're going to need a 2-mic interface. So they've got the does that thing have XLR cables? The cables.
It has both. Yeah, it has multiple Dyson cables, but XLR as well for a mixer board.
If it has XLR, so you're going to want to go XLR into that Focusrite, and then that Focusrite. They make a bunch of different levels of them. They have like the $100 entry level one. They go all the way up to like $350 for multiple inputs. But you get the first one that has 2 inputs on it, and then each XLR cable will go into that, and then it'll go out into USB into the computer.
Oh, good. Because when BK was here earlier, I didn't have these mics. They just arrived today, but I was just using this crappy blue thing, whatever this looks like a sex toy or whatever.
Yeah. So looks like a SpaceX launch module. So
but it was okay, but basically it's a shared mic. But what I want to do is like how you see the podcast where Patrick Bet David or people like that. And actually, I might go to an event that. So I've been to Brock. Brock Pierce lives about a half mile from here.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does these EOS kinds of events, and he was doing obviously in 2018, 19, and so forth. There's an event that's in 3 days. He's rented like 10 or 12 cabins in the middle of Puerto Rico. So I'm going to go to a networking thing there, and it's not EOS centric. It's just crypto in general centric.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to that, but I want to start bringing people to talk about more than only Hex. And there's a lot of startup stuff here. There's a lot of things there's money that's come onto the island even for different technology stuff, startup conversations. They have once a week, they have a crypto Monday or something like that too.
Give Brock a hello for me. We have a mutual friend. He and I, a good mutual friend. Yeah.
In the movie industry or what?
No. My friend actually developed a crypto, and has his own crypto. And Brock and him are. I don't know how him and Brock really actually knew each other, but I know it's through crypto. But yeah, so it's through crypto we know each other. Oh,
yeah,
look
I'm
who's
pretty
here.
excited to do Hex conferences of some kind once we get.
Yeah, are you guys going to be part of it? Part of this one that we're going to be doing?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Let me bring on the California Dream right here. That's Liberty. What's up, dude?
Yo.
Hey, Hobo Jim. Good to see you.
Well, you want to get certified?
Hobo Jim.
Hobo Jim. That's right.
Hey, Firebun, it was all you tonight, man. I went to the public course tonight, and I was talking to a couple guys, and I pulled out Staker app, and it kind of brought everything to light.
Oh, nice.
And it wasn't a big deal. It was like, look, December 31st, my first stake's coming due. It's $800 something, right? And I was just trying to describe for them, I'm going to take maybe $70 in interest and throw the rest of it 13 years. But look, 30 days later, I'm just scrolling through Staker app. There's another one.
I'm so excited.
Nice.
There's so much we want to do further for that. And like with the most recent, like it's not that recent anymore, but like the amount of improvement for just adding like in-stake estimates and like having all that listed. I'm more excited about this upcoming release than about like the version 1 of the app. Like it's going to be that good, I think. So I don't know. We'll see.
It'll be fine. But it brings a lot of people from different walks of, life, together because they see something. It's less conceptual and it's really real. Do you want to see the price? Do you want to see upcoming stakes? What do you want to see? And I'm sure here it is, right? I mean, we'll put in your own ETH address and we'll figure out what you have. So,
it was pretty exciting when he was talking about earlier. Did you hear the whole broadcast, Liberty?
No, I got in late, but I'll watch it tomorrow for sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, good stuff.
All in one app. I like it. I like it a lot.
So how did these high rollers get in tonight?
No, these were low rollers. This is the public course, but
you were at the public.
They invited me. I was slumming today. It was fun. They're like, how'd you shoot today? I was great, but my crypto did this. And next thing you knew, I was talking to guys. Actually, some high roller guy, really high up in the banking industry. He couldn't get it, which is interesting because it's exactly what Richard's talking about. He goes, what about the guys that are too smart, right? And they'll find all the reasons not to look at it. And the folks that are just like, yeah, I got $5,000. Where do I put it? And I got 1,800. Where do I put it? So there is that middle ground of folks that just can't come to crypto because they're too embedded or ingrained in the institution, and they think too much. They want to know, if I don't understand it, I'm not investing in it. So that's okay.
Wait, the gold people that used to throw a gold coin down in the saloon, whenever they came to fiat, the idea of fiat, they resisted the same way. They just did that. That's not money, and then it became normalized to have ledger entries and financial derivatives and things like that. Say, oh, that's money. So it's the same thing. I think crypto is going to move toward the direction that's just the transition bleed over into a new normal.
And you get it, and I get it. However, everyone comes, I think back in college, there was a study about sensitive periods and critical periods. And sensitive periods are when you're open to a new story. And critical periods are those periods that if you don't get it by this time, you'll never get it. And some people, and that's an interesting thing because people come to things on their own terms.
Yeah.
And I mean, the one guy I was talking to, he's a member at Riviera Country Club, the one you've seen on TV, that's super exclusive, and he's the real deal. And his sensitive period is not there. He's not ready for it, right? Because when he comes in, we're talking, hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's okay. We're like, okay, it's not the time to talk to him now because he's not sensitive to the concept. But in the meantime, we could talk to other folks that are, ready. They're ready for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Having that maturity, that knowledge, again, I think that everybody benefits from these streams, from that, just adding a little bit to your tool bag about how to communicate, how to present, how to, understand that other person's perspective, their place in life, when they're looking, they're sensitive, when they're open, all those things.
Yeah. And this guy, he headed up the Geek Squad for, and I'm trying to explain, I'm like, you're sending your people out to fix computers and stuff. And I'm like, you're so close. You've just never been exposed to this. You don't know what it is, but you're on the edge of technology, and he was telling me what he sees out there too. People are taken, I mean, people don't know what their computers do. Why does this not work? Right.
Yeah.
And they send out the Geek Squad and all these young, I mean, they're open. He was like, when I go to Vegas, this is what I spend. I go, dude, you're right there. You got the idea. I can't explain too much to you because it'll be too much, but send me your email and I'll send you just a couple things. How do you open a Coinbase wallet, or even better, Firebun, right? I missed the whole thing tonight, but I think there was something with USD in there. USDC or whatever. So we're moving in the right direction where it's simplified. But even now, this is simplified from where it was 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We had to explain, click my referral link. It's like there was too much. We've taken out like 3 or 4 steps. So we're moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yep. No, it's going to take that. It's going to take things getting easier, or people aren't going to, and I mean, all of the stuff that scares you, like losing your coins and keeping your seed words and all that kind of crap. I mean, it's scary to tell people to invest, some type of a savings into it, I mean, that's
what I like about Hex is it's not a closed system. It is a great funnel into a system that is protecting you a lot more. You are keeping, it's the contract is holding the entry, I guess, is about what your coins will be later. There's just a lot about the Hex system. So if I can bring people into it, and then it's a set it for most of the people that I've onboarded, it has been, for most of them, it's a, how long do you want to be staked? Oh, a year. Okay. And then they only want to check back in a year later. I stopped promoting actually the Hex crypto Telegram shit because it was kind of blowing people out that would go check it out. But like, just do what you were going to do originally. Check on it in a year. Ask me then, whatever, or just check in a year. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, it's a very simple process to just take it, stick it somewhere, and then, walk away and not have to be involved in crypto, and not have to be involved in the new technology, and not have to be involved in the now, the latest, greatest, the new coin, the new platform. Oh, what's this going to do? I just remember those days of the ICOs. Like, I don't look at crypto anymore. I don't look or listen to anything anymore. I used to be so freaking embedded in every project and trying to find out what developer was doing this and what developer was doing that. And just, I've forgotten everybody now. It's like, I don't care anymore. I've just got so burned out on it. And now my crypto wallet is bigger than it's ever been. And I don't fucking worry about none of that shit no more. In fact, I'm getting dumber. I'm getting dumber as far as crypto goes, and my bags are getting bigger. I fucking love it, man. I love it.
Isn't that a great thing? Like, you've heard before, oh, the smart money is doing this and the dumb money is doing that. And the idea is that the dumb are going to be taken advantage of because the smart are the early mover or the early adopter. But actually, I want to be dumb money. I actually want to be dumb money. I just want to be like, okay, I did that shit 3 years ago, 7 years ago, 14 years ago. Oh yeah, that I'm dumb money because it's just coming out. Like it's amazing that you can desire to be dumb money because you don't have to actually be active and proactive.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I got to look at it as if I would have never did all that, taken all those risks and got my ass involved in all the different exchanges and all the different coins and all the ICOs and all that crap. If I wouldn't have gotten, I wouldn't have had that bag that I did turn into Hex. You know,
Right.
I would have never had enough wherewithal to actually listen to a guy like Richard. You know, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be where we're at now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't down it, but I'm so glad I don't have to do it anymore. I'm just so glad. And then we got guys like Firebun that are just like fucking continue to make it easier for us, you know? Easier and easier and easier. So then now we're going to be able to, I think that Hex is going to smooth out, and the more longevity that Hex, or the longer it's around, the more popular it's going to get. It's just its credibility is going to continue to just grow and grow and grow, because you can't sit and look at something like Hex for real and go, wait a minute, it's been around for what, a year, 2, 3, 4 years, same thing, it's the same thing. Wait, people are making mad gain. These motherfuckers have been making 30-40% interest for the last 3 years. Son of a bitch, you know, why didn't I get my ass into this thing? And that's how it's gonna, because it's solid, man. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't doing nothing. There's no rug pulls. There's no nothing. I mean, at some point, everybody's going to realize this. At some point, some big institution, or what Richard's doing now with the so-called fund. I know if that's what they're doing or what, but you know, as soon as something gets put together, as soon as somebody sees that it's a solid project, man, it's gonna really catch on. People are really gonna want to get involved.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, we've kind of gotten this far without anybody's permission too. That I like that aspect about it. And that's how it's going to continue to be until they can't ignore us anymore.
Yeah.
Like I watched this there's like the Bankless podcast that's just like some Ethereum guys, and they talk about
I heard of them.
I mean, I could totally see being on that someday, but like if I couldn't see Richard being on there because I don't know. Like people just like don't want to work with you if you associate with the project, it seems.
Yeah, no, that's cool, because they're going to eventually, we're going to be it's
definitely like reduced over time. But like, for example, like I've worked with the 1inch people. I've worked with the Gnosis Safe people. There's going to come a time where we're utilizing all these DeFi things, and they're just going to want to see how we're doing it, basically. And I think they're not going to be able to ignore us in like the coming years. I don't even think that long from now.
No.
I just can't wait for the day when if I get on the Bankless podcast and I'm just like, those coin gecko people, just drop some. I'll bring the list.
But see, and here's the real hidden gem of Hex is the community, because I know for a fact, being who I am in Hex, I know for a fact that we are completely 100% organic. Nobody's placed us or paid for us. It's obvious. I mean, with the production of this thing, nobody's, done anything to put us in place, or coached us or asked us to shill anything. It's all been within the community. Even Staker, even what you guys have done, Fireman. I mean, we watched that grow out of it was obvious to us as Hexicans when we saw you and Steph get together that, oh shit, look at their projects and look at who they are. That's got to happen. It's got to. And you guys were like, yeah, of course. We've been talking for fucking 2-3 weeks already. So, but it was all organic. The whole community is organic. Everything that's being built on it's organic. And that's going to be the story of Hex is, hey, this amazing thing was built. It's the only crypto that's ever been developed like it. And the community that grew around it was organic. That proves, to me anyway, that of how powerful Hex is, because of the organic community that has sprung up around it. You don't see that with other cryptos. There's always a shill. There's always somebody in there that's gathering the community, that's passing out money, that's, you know, doing something and building it up internally. You know, we've barely made enough lemons, and thanks to, you know, one of our community members donating to us, and Hexo knows him, and we've spoke at length. Of course, we all thought at first, hey, maybe this guy is you know, richer or something. Well, it's definitely not. I can tell you all that. It's definitely not. He is literally a community member, fucking whale, that is very generous and has you know, helped to develop the shows as far as our you know, equipment and stuff goes. I mean, they're not paying me enough to survive or anything like that. I mean, I got enough to buy a new mic and a new camera, but it's all organic, and the community's doing it. And I mean, we're taking over platforms. I mean, Dlive, we're doing really well on Dlive. We had, you know, 150, 160 viewers on Dlive every night, and YouTube's even, you know, getting close to 100 viewers a night. And for a crypto stream, that's actually pretty good. And Hexo's even killing it more than that. He's doing 250, 300 people, you know, every stream. So he's doing well too. And it was all organic, because I know Hexo personally, and he and I've talked at length about all this stuff. And there were times where we were doubtful about, you know, continuing to stream, or, I mean, there was the early days in the first few months where we were like, man, are we getting fucking scammed, bro? Should we be doing this? Are we, is the FUD real? I mean, there were times where we had those conversations where, you know, we were doubting at times because of, you know, watching the price dump and watching other people, you know, FUD it out and stuff. And there we were standing there with our dick in our hands like, oh God, we got to go back on stream and try and, you know, talk to the FUD, you know, and raise everything back up, and everybody's hopes while our hopes are dashed, you know.
You could feel the energy drop too.
Oh,
I mean,
man. Oh, dude. Because
GT and Richard and just things like that, we go like, holy crap, maybe there's something to that. And until that was crazy.
Yeah, and even before that, the first FUD incident, I mean, that one was really bad, because we were like talking to each other, like, so doubtful of everything, like, or we were crushed, and when we're like, well, we just got to go on stream anyway and just fucking do it, man. And then that's what we were doing. We were just, you know, kept doing it, and until we got our confidence. And Hex built that with us, because we watched Hex. It's like, wait a minute, this thing is not stopping. It's not FUD. Every time somebody dumps on it, it just picks back up, continues to move on its trajectory. It just keeps going. There's no scam. There's no scam wicks. There's people coming in and coming out, but that's normal. I mean, the chart has normal behaviors on it. It doesn't have fucking, you know, Bart Simpson's on it. It doesn't have shit like that. That chart, look at that chart. That chart is solid fucking up and to the right, and it has organic, you know, whales coming in and out of it. That's health. There's not anything but a healthy chart there. It's a healthy crypto. It's a healthy asset in that fact. And so as we started to gain our confidence, then we started to learn what was in it. I mean, the community just kept continuing to grow. And as our confidence and people like Gary coming in and Stefan Firebun doing their thing, I mean, it just, when we watched it grow like that, it just gave us all more confidence to do what we're doing today. And that's call out crypto influencers, call out everybody else out there that's trying to wreck people. And then, you know, pass along a good message. And Richard, when he built Hex, he built that message into it, you know, and it's about good behaviors. It's about good, solid investing behaviors. And that's staking and delayed gratification, you know, going long and making gains off of that. And so we're the ones speaking the truth out there now, not these other folks. So we're the community is going to grow, and Hex is going to go. We're going to continue to move and chug along and go up and to the right. That's for sure.
There was a lull in the last couple of weeks too. You kind of feel it, you know. Like I had some stakes come in at the end of the month on my first 1 year stakes, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just go ahead and try to not be as checking out my hex.com every day, go.hex.com. Maybe I'll wait till the day after Christmas. But even still, gosh, it's just the mouse keeps going for the the little tube. It keeps coming. And I'm like, nah, I got to look at it. I got to see how many hex I got today. What was the payout? Another tens of thousands of hex per day. That was another thing too. On the first time I really used in showing a newbie, a no coiner, the feed, and the look on their face, which is something Firebun you probably don't see it very much. But when they're like, wait, what's that say? That guy just put $6,000. That guy staked $6,000. Then this guy did this. And I only found one halted today, as like a 50% halted. And then we opened it up and they were able to see. They were like, why would they do that? Why? And these are guys that aren't even in hex. And they're like, but why would they do that? Like, I would do that. I mean, you're 50% in. Why would you halt? They lost all their, and it was pretty funny just to watch. And I was like, just send me your email. I'll send you an email with the details on it. But they were starting to scroll down my phone. Like, it was pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear stories like that.
Yeah, no coiners.
Yeah, the phone app, the elements inside the phone app of Staker is an amazing onboarding tool that is phenomenal what you've done so far. And I think sometimes people think, oh, it's got to wait until this other thing happens and then it'll be great. Or this other thing gets added in 6 months and it'll be great then. Then I'll use it to onboard my people that I know. No, I mean, learn with the people that you know. Don't be so far ahead of the people that you relate to now that you don't relate to them in the future, right? So just say, hey, this is going to have other tools that are going to come on later, but here's how it works. And again, having confidence of speaking with other people. I think that, again, even though COVID has been shitty for so much of the planet, I think actually a lot of the community grew because this type of interface, this kind of forum, this kind of familiarization, this kind of tool set that we have of broadcasting yourself. And I don't think we could have done this the same speed as far as adoption even of Hex if that calamity hadn't happened. So get out there, just talk to people. Say, hey, I'm looking at this thing. Don't even have to say that you've made crazy money on it. Just say, I'm looking at this thing. How would you look at it? Because it just opens the dialogue in general. And it makes you either more resolute or brings you to a community that can answer things for others, So it's great.
Yeah, I freaking love this app. It's so freaking
Fucking love this guy. Oh, I dropped an F-bomb. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
no. Are your kids around?
Oh my God.
Today. Yeah, she is.
So
She's asleep. I actually did today with these guys. Again, 3 guys. We were around a fireplace and they had cigarettes and stuff. And I haven't seen someone smoking in a long time. And we were talking and I had dropped an F-bomb. I was like, the guys would be proud of me, man. And I was like,
well, you were at the public course, so it was okay.
I was like,
okay,
darn,
Liberty.
Litecoin, what are you doing to me? I was like, what am I becoming? So
Funny. It's funny.
Yeah, they'll fine you at your club if you drop an F-bomb, right?
it's just not something I do. But my wife's been dropping F-bombs, and we've been like, my daughters even are like, what the heck, Mom? So we're pretty funny. You guys are influencing all of us. Thank you very much.
Glad to inject
Degenerates,
a little pirate there.
you degenerates.
We love it. We love it. Somebody's got to do it, right? We've got
colorful.
Hexo, and then you gotta have the yin and yang, man. You gotta have it.
I don't know, that stream the other day Richard put out there, he's putting all kinds of undercock kinds of commentary and all that. I was like, I'm onboarding people. I'm like, this is useful information. I don't think I should turn it off, but this might not be for your ears.
Yeah, it was starting off to be a great one to forward, especially these new guys. And then the undercock, was too much. I was like,
I got to type that out. The undercock.
Yeah.
I can't send this. And the plunger. And the plunger thing.
Plunger. I mean, they're true. It's biology, but yeah. The 14th stroke, or what was it, the 14th cycle, or I don't know what he was saying.
Two long pools or something like that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Hey, Firebun, Ross just said, I just gave Staker app its first 1-star review just to keep Firebun on his toes.
Somebody's getting blacklisted.
Goddamn pirates. Goddamn pirates. All right. What else is going over? Hey, hey, our Liberty, are you going to go to to the Bitcoin convention in April with us?
To be seen in public with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
But
That's gonna be bitchin'.
so I was impressed by Dev Kyle's presentation the other day on Crypto Baruch or whatever it's called. Firebun, how I mean, I don't understand. So he worked on Hex, you're on Staker. Did you guys ever cross paths? I mean, I don't understand the developer community.
I wasn't like primary in any of the Hex idea development at that stage.
He was in their chat room though.
I came in later. Like they had all of that stuff, like the modeling. I may have been around when they were doing it, but I wasn't participating at all. I didn't really care for crypto that much at the time, to be quite honest. So yeah, I mean, I've talked to him a lot, and I like bounce ideas off of him, and I'm like, am I doing this right, or do you have any suggestions? But we haven't like directly worked on things together.
Kyle wasn't really a crypto specific guy either, though. I mean, he's somebody that, like the Hobo school, he just learns shit because he wants to learn shit. He's like, oh yeah, let's check out this community and see what they're doing. And it's not even about the value proposition of money. It's just about the natural curiosity he has about how do things work. So he's a great person to have.
That was a great one. I mean, just the understanding of what they were thinking at different points of how do we use the OA, the concepts that really mattered. But just having you around Firebun's fantastic. I have a difficult time understanding Steph. You know, the things that I do get through the French accent are fantastic. But you know, I appreciate you and Dev, Kyle, and Steph. I mean, you guys are a very important part of our community. So thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks,
and it's the realness that you guys bring to it also. You know, a lot of devs are very dry, I guess you'd say. And you guys aren't.
That's fair. That's fair.
You guys aren't. And like Coffee is a very smart intellectual. I mean, the whole Hex community, we've got the smart guys, but they're also have personalities, just like Kyle too. Kyle's very serious, very directed, but he's real. When you talk to Kyle, I've had a lot of offline conversations with him, and he's just freaking solid. And when we were asking those questions that, you know, like Concerned Trolls now would ask, because in the beginning we were all asking questions too. And you know, and we asked Kyle these questions, and every time that we talked to him, he just gave us this matter of fact, like, no, that doesn't, of course it's going to do this, and of course it's going to do that. Like all the OA questions, he was very open and upfront about, you know, the function of the OA. He was like, well, what do you mean? Why would the OA why would there be any problem with the OA? And it's obvious. We don't know what it's going to do, but that's what it's there for, to do, you know? And but he was so matter of fact about it all, and he was inside. He was watching things develop from inside. So that gave us a lot of confidence the first time he came on, and we did get to talk to him. And you know, just the way all of you guys present, even he's got 3 different names: Brennan, Shadowy Brilliance, Silver the Antidote. His pitch, his delivery, I should say, not pitch, but his delivery. It's, you guys are all real, you know. We got real devs. You guys are smart, and you fucking are real people, not just this fucking brain that, you know, sits on a table and talks to us. It's cool.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And you don't come on enough, man. You don't come on enough. I know you've been busy, but
I'm here when you guys need me, man.
Yeah, we definitely needed you to. I am like so, my brain is in such a different place right now. I mean, when I started the show and we were in full bore freaking Hex, it was every day it was Hex. I was sitting here for hours and hours, you know, and we were talking about all kinds of different subjects within Hex. And now it's like I've got this whole other world opened up now that I'm just diving into and developing and working on, and it's just taken my head out of the Hex game, I guess.
You worker bee.
Yeah, I've turned into a worker bee. I have, but it's fun, and it's been a good shift, to be honest, because I almost feel like we're starting to get stagnant with it, because we've discussed just about. I mean, there's not that much to talk about, ad nauseum. We've talked about, shares ad nauseum. We've talked about staking and staking ladders and staking walls and, dollar costing in and dollar costing out and moon prices and moon boy talk and all that. We've gone through it all 100,000 times. I mean, the show lasts for 3 hours.
None of it was financial advice.
And none of it was financial advice.
So there's a text in the chat, and it's from Cookie Boys, and it says, "Liberty is the white Jesse Lee Peterson."
Don't even listen to that guy.
I don't know who that is, but
Cookie Boy's got nothing good to say.
What I think is funny is he called me white.
yeah, he lives with the white, but he's really like the boy that lives with the wolves. Kind of grew up with the wolves.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. He's a transplant.
Feral. He's gone feral.
So somebody, shadowy hex brilliance. Oh wait, RG3. Discuss liquidity for Mooniswap. We've been talking about. Discuss the liquidity for Mooniswap. We've been talking about. Have we? Been
They were talking about the 1-inch token a little bit. For Mooniswap, if you provide liquidity, don't do it for Hex because it's not on the qualifier. Let's do it with USDC and ETH.
Oh no! Okay. Shadowy hex brilliance. I know you're not silver. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's definitely going to be a 1-inch token, and I wasn't sure on the criteria that need to be met if that was even public, but it sounds like it might be similar to Uniswap, where if you like interact with it, they're talking about putting ETH USDC liquidity in Mooniswap. Okay, he said I've confirmed airdrop will occur by end of year and the snapshot hasn't been taken yet. Okay. So sounds like if you provide ETH USDC liquidity or whatever liquidity qualifies, then you'll get some portion of airdrop tokens, similar to Uniswap.
Sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was
I can't
nice.
imagine how so they announced how you get the tokens, how they're gonna have
How's
to
that
How's that
gonna
not going to be an
doesn't get
avalanche
gamed.
of
Right.
funding? It's going to be an avalanche.
Yeah.
I mean, Hex announced that it was going to, do big payday. So
True.
look how that turned out. Yeah, Cookie Boys. Fuck RG3.
Hey,
such a
Cookie
flirt.
Boys, my
He
boy.
was such a flirt.
I know, right?
He got on the show and got tossed, man. He drank a bottle of friggin' some blue shit, whatever the hell that stuff was again.
So one thing I haven't talked about too much is the referral program. I've talked about it previously, but I mean, as we get closer, it's like the amount of certainty increases as we get closer to like where we're at right now. And what it looks like is, so I think I've said this previously, but the user has to pay for gas in either Hex, ETH, or USDC, whatever the value of the gas is to do the transaction. On top of that, there's going to be some variable percentage fee, probably. And that can be applied to all the different types, whether you're doing a start stake, end stake, whether you're doing a swap on Uniswap. So there will be
What about the onboarding process?
As far as a referral at that point?
Yeah. Because wouldn't that be easier way for you guys to collect some type of a fee?
Where do you think people would, what do you mean by onboarding, and how would you extract value from that?
Well, you're talking about, look what Coinbase does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a hell of a fee.
So there's going to be a variable percentage fee based on the transacted amount. And then part of that fee will go to whoever referred you. So that's basically how it's going to work. So you can earn referrals, like be rewarded for your referrals based on swaps based on stakes starting, based on stakes ending. And it'll probably be something where it'll be specified how much you've like earned so far, and then probably like some sort of minimum withdrawal amount, just so we don't have to like continuously emit transactions for like 15 cents or something. So I think the cool thing about the referral program that we'll be able to do is that you can earn for all different types of transactions rather than just staking. And it's more of a profit sharing with what staker would generate rather than somebody getting less. Because if you weren't referred, then we would be consuming the rest of that fee amount. So it comes out of the fee that we're generating, and we pass it off to the referrer. Does that make sense? Or any questions about that? I think it's pretty cool because it's not just staking related. So maybe if you guys refer like traders of some kind, yeah, that could be good for you. I don't know, but that's what it's looking like right now.
Transaction cost of every transaction. I mean, basically what do you mean? It's a percentage of that newly onboarded person's forever transactions. That's the way that Bybit and all these other things have worked. So
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it'd probably be something along those lines where any interaction that you're doing, it might be increased or decreased depending on the type of transaction you're doing. Like if you're doing a simple transfer, we haven't worked out the specific percentage numbers yet, but that's kind of what we're looking at is like it continues on. And the reason we went more with that direction is because our initial thought was a subscription. And with a subscription, you could like avoid fees. But then if there's people that are trading a significant amount, then we can't account for that if they're not paying for the fees or if the gas fees become too expensive. And also, who wants to pay for a subscription if they're just sending a stake out like 10 years into the future, right? So so I think it'll probably be at the point where optionally, if you like become a premium user and you get premium features, there might be a fee reduction as well. So I think that kind of thing would be cool too.
That's kind of what BNB was, right? So BNB was based on, it's a token to give you a discount.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole BNB thing. Yeah.
So, I mean, the cool part is that we're adding like a really good service layer where it's like your transactions don't get stuck. They get rebroadcasted, that sort of stuff, like just ease for new users. Like that's kind of the service that's being provided. And then there's just that fee that's generated from that. And then the referral just gets a piece of that fee. I think that's like the fairest thing that we could come up with that also works the best as far as like not being too expensive for the person that's paying the fee. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it right now.
Are you still going to do that? It's basically like 3 or 4 profiles and you just click a profile of a ladder. Like I'm a risk averse.
Yeah.
I'm very safe.
Yeah. Well, there'll definitely be options like that. We'll probably have like a couple predefined templates where it's like short term, mid-term, longer term. And those will be like, we'll probably have like a recommended one that's like highlighted or something.
You going to have a randomizer one?
Roll the dice.
You just throw it in there and see where it takes you?
Yeah. And those will be like, we'll probably have like a
You could do like
I'm serious. I'm serious. Put a randomizer.
Just like an autofill or something like that. Because I can imagine that if you basically have ladders profiles, the volume of people that are newly adopted on Monday, that marches out the same template. The people that adopt on Tuesday and newly on board, then it's 1 day later, right? Mm-hmm. So you would basically be filling in the gaps as there's waves or movement of new people adopted on. That'd be kind of cool. And then...
Yeah, there will be more advanced things too, where it's actually like probably checking the activity of current stakes and then suggesting things based off of that, or like based off of somebody else's ladder. But like as far as like we're talking like maybe if we release something by the end of this month, we're talking like template staking would be great to have at that point, and then we'll just awesome from that further.
Template staking would be like the initial things. And then if you are going to have any kind of extra fee or pro kind of account or anything like that, if you are going to pay for something, it might be just for that one button that says fill in the gaps. Like look at what's existing in the ladder of all hex stakes, and put me as the front runner. Like, I want to front run the big shit. I want to be the sandwich guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, here's my $100 a month subscription.
It'll be
Hobo Jim.
interesting.
The sandwich guy.
The sandwich guy. Hobo Jim, that's right. I'm
Hobo
gonna change
Jim, the sandwich guy.
That's right.
Like, if Staker and Hex adoption like go well, it'll be interesting because like assuming the primary users haven't been onboarded into Hex yet, having like recommended ladders could really affect what the future of Hex looks like. So like if we're suggesting like this is an optimal staking ladder and this is what we recommend, and that's the primary onboarding mechanism, I think we could see like a lot more of that happen.
And have you guys run models on like what the best outcome for Hex would be?
I mean, that's the thing though. It's like this could shape onboarding in the future, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Very cool.
You still want to distance yourself though from financial advice. So not that it's ideal. Here's a couple options of staking ladders. You know, things like that. We always have to be careful. You know, there was an interesting point in the chat. They were asking about self-referring. And I think it goes back to what was pre-big payday. You know, that first year was about marketing, right? When we talked about referrals, we talked about being a shillionaire, right? Guys didn't have to buy Hex. They could make money. But I think now that we're past post-big payday, I think the referral program, there's no self-refer. It's, again, you're helping people come to the ecosystem, and you're getting a little bit of something for it. But I think the shillionaire and that first launch phase is behind us. So I see the difference. I hope other people see the difference too.
I you know, this financial advice thing, when it comes to crypto, I mean, crypto is an asset. It's not a currency or anything like that. They call it cryptocurrency, but it's not. It's an asset class. I mean, it's just it's a commodity. It's a trading card. It's you know, telling somebody.
Elvis dinner plates.
What's that?
It's Elvis collectible plates.
Exactly. Or a car or anything else that's tradable, collectible, and in that type of asset class. So, I mean, none of this really, to be honest, is financial advice because we're just talking about crypto. Crypto is not a currency. Period. End of story.
Still, now that you're getting to the point in your life where you are suable, right?
That's exactly the class I was talking about.
That class.
We live in a litigious society.
People are like, I have things to lose. Let me be careful what I say.
It's important. You'd be surprised on, you know, when you get served. You've been served. When you get served, it sounds funny, but the first time it happens, you're like, "What the heck? What did I do?" You know, and then your wife looks at you sideways and says, "If you lose our house, you know, I'm going to kick your butt." You know, you're like, "Good point, honey." You know, when you get to that point, you know, you got to watch everything you say.
Yeah, we got a pretty reputable lawyer that we've been working with, and one of the parts that we're going to be doing before we launch, like the part where you can actually interact and use money, is giving them like a demo of the app and making sure that the language is appropriate for like legal purposes. But yeah. So I hear your concerns and they're being taken into consideration.
Yeah.
And also everybody in the room and some people in the audience consider the value of a limited liability company. The limited liability of the keywords, you know, setting up those types of things, setting up an entity, running it through the proper professional courses, and then things that you're saying on camera, your company is being paid, you're making it, you're a representative of your company. At least you're shielding yourself a bit better than being Trayvon or something like that. You know, just be careful.
You said Trayvon. I think that's going to get us in more trouble than financial advice.
Keywords. SEO.
Right on. All right, guys. Firebun, Liberty, Gary, thanks for coming. We're gonna call it quits tonight after 2 hours and 48 minutes. Appreciate all of you. Let me release the Kraken. I'm gonna put another 500 in there for these guys. Hold on a second here. Let's see here. Boom. Bang. Appreciate all you guys coming in and chatting it up. Yep, there we go. There's some more lemons for you. God, they love lemons. They love their lemons. Hold on, let's release the Kraken. Hey, let them go ahead. Spam it up, guys. Spam it up. There you go. Spam it up. There you go. Time for bed. So I'll tell you guys a bedtime story.
Grandpa.
Yeah. This mic sounds so good in my ears.
It does.
Sounds good in my ears too. Yeah.
My head sounds amazing. I was like, man, this is a really different experience today.
I just found my undercock.
I'm glad I helped you find.
Thank
your
you very
undercock.
much for that. Got to make them go in the same direction, not
Don't opposite, yeah.
No oppositing. Okay, Papa Boner got 195.3 lemons. Hexagon 720 with 112 lemons. Cookie Boys, fuck you. Hector the
He's
Protector,
awesome.
65.1. And Super Hex win 54.6. Thank you guys, and enjoy your lemons. Even you, Cookie Boy, enjoy your lemons.
Yeah,
You
Cookie
little
Boys.
fucker.
You deserve them, Cookie.
My boy, man.
You faceless, anonymous person.
No,
Wonderful
he's
person.
been on the
you.
show.
Oh, yeah.
He came on the show one
He
time.
came
yeah.
on. Yeah, he came on.
He has a hex tat too.
He came on and he drank a
Nice.
bottle of gin, and by the time of the end of the show, he wouldn't shut the fuck up, man. He was just freaking going. And then that night, we had like the whole chat room. We had all of the freaking spammer, freaking badass chat roomers in here, and half of them were just. I mean, Children of the Grave came in here and just sat here like he was Bran. He sat here. Him and Bran would have been like two book. I could have put them on each side of me and made bookends. And then Cookie Boys got drunk and belligerent and wouldn't shut up. And
Good
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. All right, guys. Appreciate all of you. Have a good one. We'll see you on Friday night for the Friday night hangout. FN Hangout, baby. It's yours. Take care. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.